From a sold-out Fisher Stadium, welcome to college football's most played rivalry, Lafayette Lehigh, game number 161. The first game between these two teams was played in 1884. This afternoon, the two teams for the first time enter undefeated in the Patriot League, with the Patriot League championship at stake. Consider this: both teams are ranked in the top 25. Both are vying for an automatic bid to the NCAA FCS playoffs. Both coaches are 1-1 against each other. Both teams have a past MVP in a starring role: quarterback Dean DeNoble of Lafayette and quarterback Hayden Johnson of Lehigh. Both have thunder and lightning at running back. Lafayette's Kente Edwards possesses both, and Lehigh's Luke Yoder brings the thunder, and Jaden Green the light. Both have dynamic receivers. Lafayette's formidable offensive line will take on the best front four in the league, and the comparisons go on and on. So we say hello, everybody, and welcome to Fisher Stadium. I'm Gary Laubach, and let's go down on the field immediately to Megan Capano.
Thanks so much, Gary. You talking to Lafayette head coach John Troxell this week. He told me what has him most excited for today is his team has the opportunity to go up against one of the best defenses in the country, as Lehigh brings in the #1 rushing defense in the FCS. And can we run the football? That is going to be the ultimate test for Lafayette. Coach Troxell saying, hey, guess what? We're going to have to rely heavily on the guy who has been a workhorse for this Leopards team all season long, junior running back Kente Edwards. Coach saying, listen, he doesn't have to have a career day, but he does need to have 150 to 200 yards. And Coach Troxell even told his running back this, and Kente's response, whatever you need, Coach.
We are ready, Lafayette Lehigh. Glad you are with us. The kickoff will come down, and a fair catch is called at the goal line by Jakiri Henley. And that means we'll get our first look at Dean DeNoble. Dean DeNoble is the quarterback, 6'1", 198-pound senior out of Upper Saddle River, New Jersey. He has thrown for 2,267 yards, 19 touchdowns. He is 63% of his passes. He has been outstanding for Lafayette, starting his third Lafayette Lehigh game. He's number 3 all time in percentage completions at 65%. And of course, in the backfield will be Kente Edwards, his running back, 1,297 yards and 17 touchdowns. The 17 touchdowns is a single season high in Lafayette's history. Game is ready to go, and it's DeNoble with a quick out right away and a good grab as the ball is caught on a diving catch. That is number 8. That's Mason Keener, just a sophomore out of Nazareth High School. That is his 42nd catch of the year. There goes Kente Edwards up the middle, and he's going to be very close to a first down. The yard to gain is 35. He's up to the 33-yard line. Jaden Nelson is there to make the tackle. Part of that terrific front four for Lehigh. They have an outstanding front four on the defensive side of the football. So there you get a look at the defense for Lehigh, and they are loaded with talent. Matt Spatney has the career record for sacks, as that should be a first down for Lafayette, as Edwards will carry it right to the 35. Again, Jaden Nelson is there to make the tackle.
Okay, there we go. Kente Edwards picks it up. Nicely done. Again, just continue to hang on to the football here, work it down the field. Great job taking what the defense gives you, and now they're going to spread it out, 2 receivers at the top of your screen.
And let me introduce that guy. He was down on the field with a coin toss as he was inducted into the Hall of Fame for Lafayette last night. That is Mike Joseph. Obviously, if you listen to us, you know Mike very well. Stepping away from a potential tackler and showing what Kente Edwards can do. That's a terrific Kente Edwards run. 265 yards last week against Richmond. And he gets off to a great start, tackled by Tyler Ohoyski.
Yeah, Jaden Nelson for the nose guard for Lehigh got in the backfield, met Kente almost at the mesh point. What a great job. We saw that even last week. Kente stepping to his left and making a good jump cut to get to the outside, and not only picks up 3 or 4, but lowers his head, gets vertical, picks up a first down.
Kente has had 6 100-plus yard games. He's had 3 200-plus yard games. He's got a record 17 touchdowns this season. Quick throw by DeNoble. That is going to be caught. A good grab on the far side. As that coming up with, as DJ Brown is there to make the tackle on Mason Keener again. So Keener with a couple of grabs, and the gain is into Lehigh territory to the 47, a gain of 7.
Wow, and a big down here, obviously 2nd down and 3 if you want to take a shot down the field. Lafayette, again, they draw you up. They make you cover the quick game. They make you cover the run. They make you cover unbalanced, as we're seeing here, into the boundary. So again, Lehigh's got to pick and choose their poison.
Lehigh has given up an average of 9 points per game this season, but Lafayette right now down. Oh, good catch, and almost breaking it is Carson Persing. Persing's first catch of the ball game. DJ Brown is there to run him out of bounds. As all the way down to the 38, Mike, a gain of 9.
Yeah, beautifully done here. Put it in. You find the one-on-one coverage in the pre-snap read, and DJ Brown, again, he's going to be tested today. So is the outside on Aiden Singleton. Both those corners are going to have to not only cover, but come up and tackle, because guys like Mason Keener and Carson Persing can beat you.
DeNoble adding to his 6,600 yards in a career. And again, a good thrust, a good push. I mentioned early on that Kente Edwards is both thunder and lightning, Mike. He's got the power of thunder, and certainly you get him open, he's gone.
Well, the contact balance is unbelievable, and then like you said, and that's what Lehigh's got to be aware of, getting 2 and 3 guys to the box and tackling Kente Edwards, getting him on the ground. An opportunity there for Dean DeNoble to pull that on the quarterback read. Again, not sure if we're going to see Jason Penza run that type of package today.
Kente's number 1 in the nation in yards per carry, 8.2 yards per carry. Kente's got it again. Again, he finds that little hole. There wasn't much there, but he found what little bit there was, makes a nice move to his right, and gets to the 32-yard line. A pickup of a couple.
Again, nice job up front right there. Good block by Kinney. You see Kinney, he comes off of it, tries to get to the linebacker Parton. As Parton steps in the A gap, Kente takes it back outside to the B gap.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
And here comes the blitz, Gary. So you got the one-on-one with Skirbo at the bottom. I expect the ball to go right there if Lehigh brings that backside safety. Watch him walking down here.
They don't normally have to blitz with this starting front 4. There goes Kente. Kente with a great run. He's all the way down inside the 15. Kente Edwards down to the 13-yard line. A pickup of 20 yards and a first down.
Yeah, Mason Moore is a great free safety, a good solid tackler. But look at that move right in the box. He makes that little jut move to the right, and Mason Moore is kind of left with just cloth.
That was Jackson Dowd with a tackle. He's got 93 career tackles. Kente's going to get a couple of yards here. Bryson Edwards is there to make the tackle. He's a William Campbell finalist, is Edwards, one of the top scholar athletes in the country. Bryson Edwards for Lehigh.
Yeah, again, it's going to be tough for Lafayette to run it in from here. Again, you're going to stack the box. I think Lafayette's going to have to throw it here, but 5 in the box right now, so a chance maybe for Lafayette to run that. You can see they're stopping, taking a look at the outside, reading the box, reading the edge players, shifting Kente to the backside.
It's Kente again up the middle, and again he drags people for an extra yard or so. He'll get the ball to the 7-yard line, a pickup of 5, and a big 3rd down, but it appears they're in 4-down territory. Quentin Joyner is there to make the tackle. He is the nose tackle, 6'3". He's out of Sebring, Florida.
You read my mind, Gary. I'm not sure if Lafayette wants to settle for a field goal right here. You see the tight end to the top side. A lot of times they like to swing him back, roll him out. We've seen Hosack catch a couple of layout passes here to the edge.
Keeping the ball, DeNoble, firing it out here. He's got it, and he's got a first down.
Oh, yeah.
As that ball is down inside the 5-yard line. As catching it is Hosack. That is Ethan Hosack, local young man out of Macungie, Pennsylvania. That's his 14th catch of the year, tackled by Adrian Singleton and Mackay Smith.
Back on the ball real quick here. Kente with a great move at the line of scrimmage.
He takes a pretty good pop, too, once he made that move, as Mackay Smith is there to make that hit. And he's going to be down to the 1.
Lafayette looking at almost a 7-minute drive here to open the game. Beautifully done here, matriculating it down the field, converting 3rd downs. And now they're going to huddle just to get an idea. Again, you got to watch the edge players for Lehigh. They love to take the corner off, set the edge against you. this would be obviously a perfect time for Dean to pull it and maybe could walk in the end zone.
Let's see if they give Kente the opportunity. He's got it. He is in, I think. Touchdown. Kente Edwards. What a drive by the Leopards as they'll go up by a 6-0 score. And it's so impressive because of the defense that Lehigh has been able to put up this season.
And I don't know how many times Lehigh's been behind and given up a first quarter touchdown to open the game, but what a drive by Lafayette. Great job up front. Kente Edwards doing most of the work on the ground. Dean DeNoble taking what the defense gives him. Some great catches, and I think Dean was perfect on that first drive.
That was only the second touchdown Lehigh has given up in the last 5 games. The extra point by Jack Simonetta. Kick is up, and the kick is more than good. Way up in the air. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Leopards go 75 yards. 7-0 Lafayette. Stay with us. There you get a look at Coach Cahill. That's Kevin Cahill in his 3rd season at Lehigh. What a great job he has done. Patriot League champions last year. They have won 16 consecutive regular season games. 21-12 overall, 12-5 in the Patriot League, but this season 11-0, 6-0. That guy's done a pretty good job too. That is the Lafayette head coach John Troxell in his 4th season as the head coach. Lafayette 8-3 this year, but more importantly 6-0 in the Patriot League. Their only losses, 2 of them were FBS losses, and the other one to Princeton in a ball game where Kente Edwards only played half the game. By the way, Kente Edwards with his 18th touchdown he continues to add to his single season touchdown record. He now has moved into 10th place all by himself in career. As Jaden Green and Jarrett Enright are back to receive, and that's Green. Jaden Green is like lightning, and he stays on his feet. Everybody running a little bit harder today, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. Jaden Green, every time he puts the ball in his hands, I mean, he's electric. You can see that. Lafayette has a player down right around the 45. He'll limp off. But that, again, every time he touches the ball, if you don't cover kicks, if you don't get down the field, I'm surprised he didn't call for a fair catch. And obviously he brought it out right around that 35-yard line, as we do have a Lafayette player down right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, somebody's shaken up. You get a look at number 0. We're going to call timeout. We have a player down on the field. We'll be back. Lehigh will have the ball on offense for the first time. We are back. The Lafayette drive, 14 plays, 75 yards, exactly 7 minutes off the clock. Kente Edwards with 50 yards rushing in that first drive, and Dean DeNoble 4 for 4 for 25 yards. As we get a look at the Lehigh offense, headed up by Hayden Johnson, a sophomore, quarterback MVP in the game last year. He has his best game this season, 267 yards in the Fordham game. 1st and 10 from the 35. And they'll give the ball off. And not much happening there. I think that's Luke Yoder carrying the football. And Yoder, that is Yoder. He can move the pile as you get a look at the Lehigh offensive starting lineup, Mike.
And again, a good offensive line there. You get Palmer and Ref, a local product out of Northampton. Sammy Ayacha right there, Langston Jones. They go over him, and they continue to push that pile. As you saw, Luke Yoder, well over 1,000 yards this year. Great on the outside. And again, Hayden Johnson, just consistently consistent. That's what I can say about him.
Yoder back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. He is just a junior out of Palm Harbor, Florida. Quick toss out here. Lafayette covers it up quickly, but a good gain on the play as it's caught by Mason Humphrey, the wide receiver. That's his 97th career catch. Ryan Gatson is there to make the tackle.
Now, that Lafayette defense has been really good lately. Again, put in some bad situations with some bad field position, but what they have done is come up with a lot of turnovers, fumbles. That defensive line with Jalen Joseph is getting after it up front, and they've caused a bunch of interceptions.
Jaden Green is in the backfield now for Lehigh. He's had a good season, 762 yards rushing, 6.4 yards per carry. He's got it. He makes a good cut. No, that's Yoder. That's Yoder carrying the football. Yoder will get it to the 44. Let's go down to Megan.
Thanks so much, Gary. I'm now joined with Assistant Athletic Director Dan Kaysen, and we're going to talk a little bit, bring the roar. Now, Dan, I believe that 4,000 was a really important number this week. Can you talk to me a little bit more about what that means?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this has been an unbelievable rivalry so far. It started last week, men's soccer winning the Patriot League Championship. Bring the Roar kicked off on Monday, which is our signature week-long challenge. Really just trying to rally the Lafayette community to give back to what's special to them about Lafayette, not just athletics, but academics, financial aid, whatever. We had a goal of 4,000 donors. We set that this morning. Our alumni community has really rallied together in terms of this big game, obviously, for the championship, for the bicentennial celebration. So we have until halftime of the game today to keep this going. We're over $1 million. So roar.lafayette.edu. Everyone, make sure you get your gifts in.
You heard the guy. Now, Dan, how special is this Lafayette community when you see their willingness to give back?
I mean, just look at the crowd right now. This is unbelievable, the turnout today. When we're winning and things are going, we're celebrating, like I said, 200 years of Lafayette. It's a special time to be part of this community. I'm so thankful to be a part of this community. So, again, it's just a great opportunity for the college, great opportunity for the football program, and hoping to, like I said, keep this momentum going today.
Thanks so much, Dan.
Yeah, thank you.
Gary and Mike.
Good completion by Johnson to Jeffrey Jamil for the first down, and Johnson had his ball tipped on his last attempt. So the ball at the 36 brings up a 2nd and 10. So Lehigh moving the ball down the field, much like Lafayette. 5:29 to go in the first period. A packed house here, over 13,000 people here to watch Lafayette Lehigh number 161. Johnson back, he's looking, getting some pressure. He'll fire it out here, and Jamil will catch it, and he'll turn it upfield, and they're going to give him a really good spot. Well, now they're going to move backwards. The original spot was about 3 yards further. They'll take it to the 31, a gain of 7. Will bring up a 3rd and 3. DeHonte Jackson is there to make the tackle. DeHonte playing with a calf injury, but as John Troxell said this week, if you're hurt but you can play, you'll play.
Yeah, there's a difference between injury, obviously, and pain. And, these guys are playing through it. And both teams very similar, Gary. Both teams taking what the defense gives them. A lot of underneath throws for Lehigh, a lot of underneath throws for Lafayette as well.
It's Yoder. No, it is Yoder. He'll break through. He's headed to the end zone. That will be a 29-yard touchdown run for Luke Yoder. And for Yoder, that is his 12th rushing touchdown of the season. In the last 8 games, he had 856 yards and 11 touchdowns.
Yeah, beautifully done. Very similar to what Lafayette does. Watch the back block by the center and the left guard get in there. They get the pull. Defensive line a little bit high, and obviously Yoder hits that hole hard, and when he sees it, he's got that explosive speed as well, much like Kente, to get it in the end zone. So both teams kind of trading big punches right now. Methodically working the ball down the field, taking what the defense gives them, and the run game is in control for both teams.
Connor Poole in to kick the extra point. The kick is up. It is good. Nick Garrido, who kicked for them all season long, injured with a bad leg. We're going to call timeout. We are knotted up at 7-7. It might be that kind of football game. Don't go anywhere. Lafayette Lehigh 161.
All of you. Again, thanks to the Maroon Club Hall of Fame Committee and to President Nicole Hurd, who has restored the passion and the true meaning of this college. And now when the Leopards break their huddle, they say beat Lehigh on 3, and we've done this a few times tonight, so nice and loud. I'll say beat Lehigh 1, 2, 3, and we say beat Lehigh. Are we ready? All right. Beat Lehigh on 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
That's the man. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame last evening. A really, really nice affair. And I'm joined right now, Mike and I are joined with President Nicole Hurd of Lafayette College, and a great first drive, and Lehigh comes back to match it. Looks like it's going to be one of those great football games as Lafayette will return the kickoff. That's Devin Page. And let me officially introduce President Hurd to you. Welcome to the booth again.
And hey, inductee, so proud of you, Mike. So proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Proud of you.
What an atmosphere. I mean, I came into the parking garage today, and it is like no other time I've been here, and I've been here a long time.
It's totally electric, and let's just say, this is what college football is all about. These are real student athletes. They go to class, They go to two amazing institutions, and they're executing with excellence on the field. This is what it's all about in terms of excellence in college athletics.
No,
right here.
no question about it. As Kente Edwards is in the backfield, so we'll get a steady dose. But Dean DeNoble, he's been perfect so far. We'll fire this one out. Looks like a gain of about 6 yards on the play as DJ Brown, the cornerback, is there to make the tackle. That's Skirbo who with the catch. The atmosphere on campus, even last night with the beautiful lights, it just was a gorgeous looking campus last night. And things are just feeling so up right now on the campus of Lafayette College.
Up, and we've got a bicentennial, so all the reason to shine. All the reason to shine right now.
Speaking of shining, Kente Edwards could not shine any more than what he's done the last few weeks. As Bryson Edwards is there to tackle him, but not before he gets to the 34-yard line, a gain of 8 yards.
Prior to the ball being spotted, timeout.
And that's Bryson Edwards. Bryson Edwards down.
Field. Bryson Edwards is down. He's their outstanding linebacker. So that gives us a chance to chat, which is...
He got hurt there, and that actually, I saw Hosack come up in the hole with a gorgeous block on him. Then he got twisted up, and they can't afford to lose Bryson.
All right, so let's talk about some things going on campus. Let's start with athletics, because it has been a great fall.
It has been a great fall. So let's just hold our Patriot League Championship field hockey team made it into the Patriot League Championship game again. So huge shout out to Jen Stone, one of our alums who coaches that team, and to our incredible student athletes on the field hockey team. Our women's soccer team made it into postseason play, Patriot League play. And so again, so proud of Mick and the incredible student athletes on that team. Our men's soccer won the Patriot League Championship.
And they beat 3-2-1.
I know there's some Lehigh fans watching this, but yes, we beat Lehigh. So yay! Men's soccer went off to the NCAA's. But again, just an incredible. And then look at these two teams. I mean, we're now competing for a Patriot League Championship. Again, I was with President Helby this morning. This is the way it's supposed to be. What a better way. There is no better way than do a Patriot League Championship than having Lafayette and Lehigh in the field. And obviously, we know how we want that to end.
And with that said, we know how important scholar athletes are on this campus. 97% graduation rate. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And look, we were just out, and I was teasing our Lehigh friends today. We had a couple of FBS games that they didn't play. So when we were out in Oregon State, which is so great to be out on the West Coast, and shout out to all our West Coast watch parties right now. I'm glad you're up early to watch Lafayette. We talked about we have our Pepper Prize winner, Tyler Roberts, and a faculty member, Chip Notaro, out with us to show the combination of academics and athletic excellence. We were just in Austin, at UT Austin, playing them in men's basketball, again, with two of our faculty members in the math department and one of our students. So look, this is what's so great about Lafayette. It's the power of and. We do academics and athletics. We do campus and community. We do liberal arts and engineering. And we do all of it well because that's who we are.
That's who they are, that's for sure. That's kind of sad to see Bryson Edwards being taken off the field. He's had an outstanding career at Lehigh, 6-foot senior out of Virginia. So, Mike, that's a big loss for their defense.
Well, it is, and the question is who are they going to bring in? And right now I'm seeing Talon Dudley come in there. Talon has not played a lot of football for them. They have been intact defensively for most of the year, and that's why obviously they're one of the best in the FBS. But Lafayette, again, another first down to start the second drive.
So far, nobody's stopped either one of these offenses. They've been perfect. There goes Dean to the right side. He'll fire it out here. Another completion. This will get to about the 39-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 5, and oh my, is that a good sight. Eli Stewart makes that catch. Eli playing with a fractured fibula. Is that allowed?
Well, I will say this. I did my weekly walk with Coach Troxel. Again, shout out class of '94. Coach Troxel doing just an amazing job. And he told me that Eli was going to be in this game. There wasn't any stopping him. So here he is. Great catch. And look at all of our love goes out to our injured Lehigh players. So
watch out. Another great move. Kente Edwards is just picking him up and laying him down. He'll get the ball to the 47-yard line in Lehigh territory. A gain of 14. Nick Peltekian, who did not play last game because of injury, is there to make the tackle.
Wow, what a pickup by Basha, and obviously on the backside for Lafayette right there, Sean Wilson. Is they're going to get another completion, Gary, to Mason Keener.
Keener is playing like he's somewhat possessed too, to the 35, a gain of 12. Another first down. Jackson Dowd is there to make the tackle.
Got to be a little panic in Lehigh right now because they haven't faced an offense that can run it and throw it like us. So you kind of wonder in their defensive box right now, is they're going to give it to Kente again here.
This time he'll get hit at the line of scrimmage, but still manage to pick up a couple of yards. Quentin Joyner there to make the tackle. And Megan has an injury update. Let's go down there.
Yeah, Gary, well, no one likes to have to do these updates early, but Mason Dumont did start to limp off the field on his own. However, he did need assistance from 2 trainers to fully walk back into the locker room. So I will keep you updated as I get official word from the team.
Thank you, Megan. That means we'll see either Graham Smith or Jack Simonetta kicking the ball off. DeNoble back. He wants to go for it all for the home run. Well, that looked like a maybe pass interference. No flag, no call.
The early contact there by number 20, DJ Brown, and it was a double move by Skirbo, the local product freshman. He had a step, but again, with the 2 high safeties, pretty much an easy play for the backside safety to get there. And again, you see the time. What I like, though, Gary, I know it's 3rd and 8, but the time that Dean had to throw the football against that defensive line, got to keep an eye on that.
So it brings up a 3rd and 8. What an atmosphere today. I mean, you look across there, every seat is filled, over 13,000 people selling standing room before the ball game. Good move again. Kente, he's going to get the first down as he dives forward. He'll get to the 19-yard line. He'll pick up 14 yards. Another Leopard first down.
That's the 3rd time, Gary, I've seen them run the ball in 3rd and 5+ in the last 2 games, catching the defense off guard. I know last week they interviewed the Richmond coach, Russ, and he was upset. That 3rd and 5, they had given up a 12-yard run. That was a 3rd and 8. And a big pickup by Kente, catching the defense off guard. And you wonder, without Bryson Edwards in the game right now at linebacker, that's a big play for Lafayette to keep this drive alive.
1st and 10 from the 24. There he goes again. This time he'll get met pretty much at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Tyler Ohoyski. I've noticed, obviously you have, you're on campus every day, the spirit level is probably as high as I've seen it in many, many years.
Well, and that goes back to we're in a bicentennial, right? So we've got 200 years of history we're lifting up, but it's also the beginning of our 3rd century. And so if you want to think about optimism, if you want to think about promise, and frankly to all my Lafayette alum friends out there, you want to put your foot on the gas, it's right now. This is an inflection point where we can reach heights and soar in ways that we haven't before. You know, leap like leopards, however you want to use the analogy, but this is really our moment to shine.
Little miscommunications between Dean and his wide receiver. Wide receiver is cut on the inside and going to the outside. That was Persing, I believe.
Yeah, that was Persing. And I'm looking at Hosack. Yeah, sure, we can. Yeah, I mean, watch Hosack right here down the middle. There's a window right here to throw the football because you got single coverage out here. So watch the tight end. But Dean again holds the ball a little bit long. But if you can hit Hosack right there, you got a big-time first down, but Dean wanted a little bit more.
So a huge 3rd and 9. Lafayette obviously in field goal territory for Jack Simonetta, but they'd love to take it into the end zone. They give it again. That's going to be some running room. Another first down. Kente Edwards down the sideline. He'll get to the 5-yard line. A pickup of 18 yards and a first down. Aiden Singleton there to knock him out of bounds.
Gary, 2 3rd and 8 pluses. Lafayette continues to run the football. And again, this is not what Lehigh's defense wants to do. They want to rush the passer. Lafayette wants to run the football right here again with Kente.
This is the best defense in the Patriot League. And I think we're going to wind it down to the end of the 1st quarter. The kind of football game we expected. We knew Lafayette needed to put points on the board and move the football. They are doing just that. When we come back, more from President Hurd, more from Fisher Stadium. Stay with us.
Well, Lafayette surprising Lehigh twice. Take a look at this. Lehigh's going to bring a blitz. And the way you know that is they have 4 over 3. So Lafayette again, watch the work by Basha here and Sean Wilson. Inside move. Don't understand why they don't have contain out here, but watch this break back. So you get the outside guy in, and again, the perfect play against the perfect defense. Again, catching this Lehigh defensive line that is their strength of their team. They're teeing off, trying to come after sacks, and Lafayette's teeing them up with some running plays.
Well, let's see what they tee up here with the ball on the 3-yard line, as it is 2nd and goal to go. Kente Edwards with 98 yards already. If he scores here, he's over 100. He's going to get down to the 1.
Mark him at the 3.
They're going to mark him at,
inside the 3.
They did not give him much forward progress, maybe to the 2. Coming out to make the tackle was T.J. Burke, one of their outstanding front four. He's their nose tackle, and he is a good one.
Again.
Like he squats 700 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, keep an eye. Again, you got 6 in the box with the free safety, 3 over 2 out here, and they're going to run Kente out. Quarterback draw.
Dean DeNoble up the middle for the touchdown. Oh my, Lafayette drive produces 7 again.
Dean DeNoble, Gary. I mean, we've seen Penza do that. We've seen other quarterbacks do that. But I tell you what, what's better than being a quarterback at Lafayette, one of the best that's ever done it, running quarterback draw. Great job getting back inside by the Lafayette freshman tight end and Hunter Detrano. Again, Lafayette shows empty. Everybody chasing Kente Edwards. Lehigh opens the box. And what a great call, something we haven't seen. Give TJ DeMuzio, the offensive coordinator, a lot of credit. That's one he had in his back pocket.
Simonetta in to kick the extra point. He's only missed 1 all year. He puts that one through. And Lafayette, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. Lehigh 1 possession, 1 touchdown. It'll be Lehigh's turn when we come back. I promise you we'll get to talk to President Hurd. Stay with me. We are back. The Patriot League standings are presented by Easton Coach, the Lafayette Leopard's choice for top quality motor coach service. You can look at the standings if you want, but the only ones that matter are the first 2. Lehigh, we put that in the wrong order, didn't we, Mike? Lehigh 6-0 and Lafayette 6-0. This is for the Patriot League championship.
Everybody in this stadium probably checked that out weeks ago to watch this, the stars align for today's game up here on College Hill.
Mike, both of those drives took 14 plays. They're going to run it out. They will run it out.
Jaden.
That is Jaden Green, and Jaden, he's not going to go very far. He's going to get out to the 15-yard line, and Lafayette is there to greet him. Let's go down to Meg, and she's going to talk about Dean DeNoble.
Yeah, Gary, I spoke a lot with Coach Troxel about the growth of his quarterback, and Trox had a lot to say about Dean and just how far he's come, saying early in Dean's career, he wasn't necessarily winning games for the team. They were relying a lot on the senior leadership and other guys around them. However, Coach Trox said the real change came after their 6-6 season, when Dean told the team, hey guys, 6-6 sucks. We're not letting that happen again. And from that point on, every workout, every rep was all out. And now he's one of the most trusted players on the field. Coach said the biggest difference, he's not just a captain anymore, he's a leader.
Luke Yoder will get the ball. Yoder will pick up about 3 yards on the play up to around the 17 or 18-yard line. The Lafayette drive, much like the first one, 14 plays. They went 80 yards this time, and it took 5 minutes and 25 seconds to get on the board. That's the good tackle for Lafayette by Michael Vaughn. He's had a great season as a defensive tackle, and it brings up a 2nd and 7 from the 18.
Yeah, both teams again relying on their offensive lines to move the football here in Lafayette. Looking at a 21 personnel from Lehigh, 2 backs, 1 tight end.
It's Yoder again. Oh no, this time is that is Jaden Green carrying the ball for the first time. Green will get to the 19, just pick up a yard. It is the bicentennial, which means a lot of things are happening on campus. Can you talk to us a little bit about some of the things that are happening for the bicentennial?
So again, because we have such incredible faculty that are teachers, scholars, we've got a symposium coming up. We've got 30 faculty that we've given research grants to. We've got some speakers. We've got a concert or 2. We've got all sorts of things planned. We had 5,500 people come home for a kickoff and homecoming and parents weekend, a family weekend. So lots of good things going on. I will say, Gary and Mike, what's got me really excited is, and I want to say this to all our Lafayette alums, please come home. And we've got some really cool things going on. So, you know, all that merch you're seeing, the 200 merch is actually because it's Abercrombie & Fitch is a Lafayette alum. The Crayola crayons, we have a marquee maroon crayon because, as you know, Crayola's here at Easton, and that's a Lafayette trustee and 2-time parent. So lifting up some incredibly iconic brands and lifting up this amazing college.
It has been that, as Jeffrey Jamil is there to make the catch for a first down. He picked up 8 yards on the play. As I think we've got Matt Mahalik in there. He's a running quarterback for Lehigh. He wears number 7. He gives it to Yoder, however. Yoder hits that hole and just manages to get knocked down at the 36-yard line. That's a good run of 8 yards. Let's introduce Matt Mahalik to you. He's a local kid out of Palmerton, Pennsylvania. And basically, he's in there to run the ball. He's 115 yards, 3.4 yards per carry, and 3 touchdowns. He is 3 for 3 throwing the football, but he doesn't do that very often.
And a good job by Lafayette getting off some blocks. Both teams have to get off these offensive lines, really mauling those defensive lines right now, picking up chunks of yardage, and they pick up the first down on the quick throw out to Mahaley right there.
Back to throw the ball. Looking to go is Johnson. Johnson's going down on Lafayette's sack. It's Genty who is in there to make that tackle. Darson Genty, the outside linebacker. Mike, that's his 3rd sack of the year, his 5th tackle for a loss, and his 31st tackle of the season.
Well, he takes on Yoder, and Yoder does a pretty good job stopping him, but again, getting off of blocks is the key, separating and ripping through, and Genty is one of the best blitzers, if not the best blitzer on that Lafayette defense, and he does a huge job there. But again, good secondary play there, making the quarterback Hayden Johnson pull the ball down and his eyes down.
3rd and 9, they've got to get the ball to the 38-yard line, and that's going to be a great hit. The ball was intended for Matt Davino, and coming up to make the stick is Jalen Edwards, the cornerback. Jalen Edwards having a great season. He's a 5'11 senior from North Wales, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and again, Lafayette went straight man-to-man, free safety in the middle of the field. Again, allowing him to make things thrown underneath, and then the reaction by Jalen Edwards. Watch the hit, bang! Right there at the point of attack, and I tell you what, Jalen Edwards, I wish he had another year, because he's a senior, but I tell you what, that kid he's getting better with every rep.
Poole will punt it away. Keener is back there to receive it. He wants to run the ball. He gets a great block to get to the corner. Now he's going to cut up, get as much as he can, as he'll get the ball up to the 28-yard line. And once again, we will call timeout. Lafayette, can they go 3 for 3 on possessions? We'll find out. Come on back. Today is the final day of Lafayette's week-long Giving Challenge, Bring the Roar, and it ends at the start of the 3rd quarter of today's game. Faculty, staff, students, alumni, friends, and parents have rallied together all week to support a stronger Lafayette. As again, Penza is in there now for Lafayette. The college needs your help to join more than the 3,000 donors who have made a gift already this week. Visit roar.lafayette.edu or follow the text to give information. Thank you for supporting Lafayette College.
They ran the same play right there. They ran on the goal line, except they had Penza in the game, emptied the backfield, and Penza limped off again. He has been hurt with a hip pointer the last couple weeks.
And you know, with a hip pointer, you get hit one time on the hip, and that is right back being problematic. Turn it upfield. Good catch. That's going to be a 1st down for Lafayette. That's Carson Persing making the catch, his 2nd of the day, his 53rd of the year. Talon Dudley is there to make the tackle. Another Lafayette 1st down. That's 1st down number 11 already in this game.
Unbelievable. And the way that the accuracy and how quickly Dean gets rid of the ball, I mean, he just reads the defense so well. And you can see Lehigh now, look, there's 8 in the box pretty much with overhang. So you got single coverage again on the outside.
Good hard run, a very hard run. It gets harder and harder as he'll pick up a good 6 yards. Kenta Edwards is over 100 yards rushing already in this ball game. The tackle is made by Joshua Flayman.
Wow, what a job by that left side. Basha again does a great job. Sean Wilson, and then you saw Kente just put his head down and run right through Jackson Dowd, who's an excellent linebacker.
Penalty flags are down. They'll whistle this dead. And let me correct the tackler. That was Joshua Fullerman who made that tackle.
Offside. Defense, number 93 with contact. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
1st down number 12 for Lafayette.
And Lafayette should be in no hurry right now, Gary. Just continue to work the clock, take what the defense gives you, and eventually you're going to be able to throw the ball over the top.
Let me give you some things that have been going on. Kickoff weekend. Talk a little bit about that.
So it's kickoff weekend, 5,000 people back, 5,500 people back home. Again, we had a French-themed quad party. We had Fits and the Tantrums came as a concert. So many people coming back. And again, Mike and Gary, if I can just say, everybody come home during this bicentennial. This place is just so exciting right now. And also, we're going to be showing events in other places. So like I said, we've been doing these regional events, but I want to we're named for the Marquis de Lafayette, obviously an incredible history we should lift up there. We actually are taking a bunch of our materials from special collections and sending them to France. So we will be in the National Archives in France from April to July to this year. So again, Lafayette family all over the globe. Let's show up. Lift up this place we all love.
And that's all part of Founders Week, of course, the symposium going on. You've got a holiday party going on. We've got a holiday. Is that going to be an interception?
I think it is. And that's a bad decision by Carson Persing to throw that football. It just wasn't there. They were trying to slip Kente Edwards down the middle of the field on a trick play. And again, you have a left-handed guy throwing from the right side, and that is just a mistake right there by Carson Persing. Got to throw that ball away.
Ruling on field
Live
for
another
interception.
down.
First down, Lehigh at the 16-yard line.
That's the first negative in this ball game for Lafayette.
I don't know if he was
That is
in
Nick
there.
Peltekian who makes that interception. For Peltekian, that's his first interception of the year. And they will, of course, look at it upstairs here.
I tell you, if Lafayette can get away with this not being an interception, that's a huge play. But Lehigh's offense is coming on the field. I'm sure they're looking at it right now in the booth. I don't know. I mean, it looked like his right foot was down out of bounds and his left foot was in the air. And we're going to get a great look at it right here. Take a look right here. Again, a bad decision by Carson and a bad throw. And I think he had the left toe.
Got one down.
I think he did.
Ruling on field is an interception. That play is under further review.
We had a great conversation with the replay officials before the ball game. Steve Miller stopped in. He's the replay official. And we talked to him for a lengthy period of time about all the things they look at. His replay communicator is Michael Lee. Two really great guys. We'll be back. Stay with us. Lafayette 14-7. We are back as Lehigh will have the football, first turnover of the day, and Lehigh with the interception by Peltekian.
And again, you kind of question the call right there with things going well, but Lafayette looking for a wide open Kente Edwards, didn't find him, and you got to give the Lehigh defense a lot of credit.
Bursting through the hole is Yoder. Yoder will get it up over the 20, up to the 23-yard line. A good burst by him. He'll pick up 12 yards and a first down on the play. Darian Riley, the defensive end, is there to make the tackle.
Okay, again, we'll go back to the interception. Again, it's a backward throw and a left-handed guy on the right side. You see Kente, he's covered really well. Peltekian, one of the best in the league, playing that free safety spot and gets his feet in bounds. And you kind of think an ill-advised throw right there, should have been thrown out of bounds. Live another day.
First and 10 from the 23-yard line. Back to throw. Johnson looking deep, going for it all downfield. He's got Mason Humphrey on a perfect pass. Humphrey's going to go all the way. That will be a Lehigh touchdown, as that will be 77 yards, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up. Ryan Gatson gets beat by a step, and the pass perfectly thrown.
Well, again, you saw both teams throwing underneath, hitch routes, and then you get this one that just goes over the top. And when you got a guy that's got that type of speed and that type of size, remember he scored last year a big touchdown, and Mason Humphrey is that guy that can go over the top for you. And a beautiful throw right there by Johnson.
So that will bring Connor Pull in to tie this game up.
And you go back to that ill-advised throw right there and that play call. But again, you know, Lafayette looking for that quick score, and they've had Lehigh's defense off balance the entire first half. Just didn't play out that way.
Kick is up. Kick is good. 7:32 on the clock, second period. And we are tied at 14. We'll take one more look at the touchdown and then chat a little bit with President Hurd.
I mean, there's pretty much three guys involved here. Good protection inside for Johnson, and he just lays it up. And you love when a quarterback gives a receiver a chance to run underneath it right there. We haven't seen Gatson get beat a lot. He's a great tackler, but again, that time up over the top and a beautiful play and great throw.
Talking about all the involvement on campus, how about the involvement of the faculty as you're into your strategic plan implementation? And that's got a lot of energy, enthusiasm on campus, and a lot of faculty members involved.
A lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm. We've got 5 areas that we're prioritizing with our faculty, students, and staff. One is interdisciplinarity, which is not a surprise to any Lafayette alums out there. We do our interdisciplinary work so well. Technology and democracy, what better school to be talking about technology with our engineering program and all the things we can do about the ethics around technology with philosophy and again, that interdisciplinary lens, but also democracy. When you're named for the marquee and you're in a world where democracy feels so fragile around the globe, how can we not lean into that? We have another priority around the Lehigh Valley to the globe. So again, really shining here in the Valley and making sure our students have access to internships and great experiential learning, as well as global. We have doubled the number of students. Sorry, I was getting very excited about that. Doubled the number of students studying abroad in the last year, Gary. So again, it's just some great priorities of this.
Well, we talked about energy. Ja'Kyrie Henry with some energy.
I think President Hurd brought that. We needed it. Exactly what we needed. And while she's talking and telling you so much about how great this school is, Ja'Kyrie Henry, and again, Lafayette needed that. A good job up front, a nice block right there by Devin Page, brings him to the outside, and that's the speed that Henry has.
We're seeing a lot more offense than we thought we would as we came in here today. So Lafayette back on the field from their own 44-yard line. The Leopards with already big yardage in this ball game.
Kente again.
Kente Edwards, that for Kente is his 20th carry of the game. He's 17. Well over 100 yards already. Cole Hughes with the tackle.
He had 17 in the first quarter, Gary.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Sure. Infrastructure. So thinking about the campus, but I want to talk about wellness 1 second while we're talking about Kente Edwards. What an amazing young man. As we all know in the Lafayette family, he lost his father earlier this semester after a heroic battle with cancer. And I will say the way this community has wrapped its arms around Kente and the way that he shows up and his fellow student athletes show up in this community is something that makes Lafayette really special. So our love continues to go to the Edwards family. But when I think about that pillar about wellness, I think about how this community takes care of each other.
Yeah, Kente missed 2.5 ball games this year. He kind of got banged up a little bit in the Princeton game, but that was also the day that his father passed away. So his numbers are incredible when you think about the fact that he did not participate in 2.5 football games this season. Lafayette looking at a big 3rd and 2 right now with the ball on the 48-yard line. That last catch was by Carson Persing. There goes Kente. Oh my, what a hit. That hit by Makai Smith.
I think he got it.
He got the first down.
Wow, that's that contact balance that we talk about. And again, watch, the initial hit is what I'm talking about. He steps up in the hole here, takes the initial hit, and then drags the guy around. And I'll tell you what, that is a wonderful play by Kente. And Makai Smith had him dead in the hole, but a first down pickup and a new set of downs for Lafayette. And I love what you said about Kente Edwards. He leaned on his running back coach. He leaned on Ethan Weber. He leaned on his team, and they were there for him, and it was an incredible job by him. And here he goes again.
And again, he'll pick up good yardage to the 41-yard line. He'll pick up 5. Quentin Joyner is there to make the tackle. As Mike mentioned, Ethan Weber. Ethan is out of the ball game with an injury. From the 41-yard line, 2nd and 5. Kente will get to the 40, maybe to the 39. And he'll pick up a couple of yards. And Lafayette again will be looking at a big 3rd and about 3 for the first down.
I've been leaning on Kente a lot. Again, good block in there. We talked about Basha, the senior, does a great job in there. Spencer Adams is an unsung hero. So again, leaning on this offensive line, and it's so important for Lafayette. Remember, they have to give the ball to Lehigh to open the second half. This has been a quick first half, but if Lafayette wants to counter, it's so important to get points on the board right here.
Huge play. Lafayette, quick toss out here. That's good enough for a first down. As that ball making the tackle for Lehigh will be DJ Brown, but the catch is made by Mason Keener. Keener has been very, very active so far in this game. That's his 5th catch of the day.
And we saw Lehigh take advantage, obviously going over the top with a big play to their wide receiver, Mason Humphrey. So Lafayette's got Lehigh's defense set up for the exact same thing. Soft corners. You get a wide look right now, you're going to see corners given a lot of cushion, and that's why Lafayette's completing so many underneath throws.
Kente has a hole. He has a couple of holes. He makes 3 people miss. He'll get the ball down inside the 30. He'll get to about the 29-yard line. Jaden Nelson is there to make the tackle, a gain of 6. Let's talk a little bit about all the places you've been to lately. Oregon State, George Washington Presidential Library, University of Texas, University of Miami, LA, Philadelphia, Boston, Northwest. You look a little tired.
No.
No, what are you talking about? I'm not tired.
Energy.
I love this college with my whole heart, and I will travel to the moon and back if I need to. No, look at, again, Bicentennial. You've got to get everybody connected. I will say, Mike and Gary, you mentioned Bring the Roar before. We, for the first time in college history, broke over $1 million before kickoff, and first time in college history had over 4,000 donors before kickoff. Now, we're almost to the end of Bring the Roar. Lafayette family, if you haven't given yet, I'm the president.
3 minutes.
I got to ask for the order now, folks. Make sure you give. This is a moment where we're going to show the world that this is a place that's really special and that we believe in it. So I said this today, I'll say it again, our house, our moment. Here we go.
Incredible.
I just looked at your schedule, by the way. You are going to the moon. The moon is coming up
next
in about 2 weeks, I think.
love it.
Back to throw the ball. Firing. You know, I have to mention that what a day Dean DeNoble is having.
Does he have an incompletion yet?
But he has a separated shoulder.
He does.
We didn't want to bring it up.
I was
but
concerned
he's
about
playing
him
with a
last week.
separated shoulder.
And it's incredible. And this throw, this is a pure timing throw. It's 8-9 steps down, turnaround, boom, ball right on you. And Mason Keener is having his way on the outside, doing a great job against Aiden Singleton. This is that red zone, Gary. Lafayette's been so good. They scored their 30th and 31st touchdown in the red zone earlier in this game. They've been very good down here. You don't want to take chances. Again, take what the defense gives you and allow that big offensive line to work.
Before this game, Mike, they were in the red zone 33 times, 4 field goals and 29 touchdowns. 4 field goals, 29 touchdowns. Can they add to that number as we take the 2-minute timeout? We'll be back to finish up the first half.
Welcome back into Fisher Stadium. Be sure at halftime you do not go anywhere because we have our halftime show presented by Coca-Cola coming on up. Gary and Mike?
That still is Megan Caffrey. She just managed to get married in the last few weeks and is now Megan Capano, as we always welcome her to our sideline from the 15-yard line. Lafayette looking at a 2nd and 3. A quick toss again out here. They can't stop that right now. That will certainly be locker room conversation, and a penalty flag is down for a late hit on Mason Keener. So that will add to the yardage. So take it down to the 4-yard line. As the gain was to the 8, a pickup of 7.
And I think it's on William Parton, the junior linebacker.
Personal foul, late hit, 10 defense, halfway to the goal, first down.
Take another look at it as President Hurd tells us a little bit about what more you have on your plate today.
Well, like I was just saying before, we're Bring the Roar. I just got the numbers. We're over 1.4 million. So again, keep. There's a faculty excellence fund in there. There's all of our great Division I programs. There's the arts are in there. All the things that make Lafayette. Over 14. Can you imagine? We have over 4,000 donors. It's one of those moments that makes this place what it is. So want to talk about that and I will say this. What a moment to be here. I mean, look at this moment. We've got full house. We're here for a Patriot League championship game. Our student athletes are just 97% graduation success rate. It's just incredible. So I hope people are feeling that pride out across the world. All those watch parties right now, I hope you're feeling that sense of the maroon and white and what we do here, we do so well.
As we're looking at the crowd.
They're pretty indicative of the success, huh?
Well, and you can't see this on TV, but I've got my boots. So these are my maroon and white Beat Lehigh boots.
Did you get those in Texas?
When you have a daughter in Texas, you get boots. So I showed these to President Helbley and said, you're going to be in trouble today. So here we go.
There you go. Lafayette now with a 2nd and goal.
From the 4-yard line again. Oh, my.
He got hit hard.
He got hit very hard. He ran hard and got hit hard. As carrying the ball, as you know by now, Kente Edwards, he'll get a yard on the play. The ball to the 3-yard line. This is all about momentum going into the locker room.
Mono
on mono. Who's going to go in extremely happy?
Yeah, and you don't want to settle for a field goal right here. And I just want to go back to President Hurd, and I don't want to embarrass you, but the reason this influx and these people are doing this and we're coming back to this college has a lot to do with you. I'm telling you, and I don't want to embarrass you, but with the things I hear with the graduates that I had, my alumni and people, the reason people are doing this is because you have placed an interest, it's not just this, it's everything about the school. It's so indicative of bringing everybody together. And because of you, and my wife said this again last night, Mike, this is the time and this is the place and this is who we are. So again, you don't give yourself enough credit, but because of you, this school, I'm telling you, is getting back to where it once was. And I tell you what, no better time to do it in the 200th birthday.
And look at Mike, you know this is a hard time
Incredible.
for higher ed. People are wondering what the value proposition is.
Yes.
It's a hard time because higher education's expensive.
It is.
Look at, this is a place where we can do all these things so well. We can be an engine of opportunity.
Good pressure put on that time. As coming in was William Parton, and he was all over Dean DeNoble. Dean had no time, but Lafayette will bring the field goal kicking team on, and that means Jack Simonetta.
Yep, and well scouted by the Lehigh defense. The Lehigh defense, again, they've seen this play where Lafayette brings Hosack in and back to the outside, and a pretty good job right there by the Lehigh defense. Again, 1st and goal inside the 4-yard line, and a big-time play there by Mason Moore. Remember, he had a big pick in last year's game. And again, Lafayette's got to be perfect. They are perfect on field goals this year.
Simonetta is 5 for 5 in field goals. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So Lafayette goes up 17-14, but Lehigh has 1 minute and 3 seconds to work with before we call it a halftime break. And it's interesting, I know we've used the term bring the roar for years. I think what Mike is saying, and he said it very well, is you have brought the roar. I mean, that's the fact, no question about it.
Gary, Mike, I appreciate it. I will say this. Everything in life is a team sport. That's why we're doing this right? And so I am grateful to this team. I'm grateful to the two of you. I'm grateful to all our alums out there watching, to these faculty, students, staff, coaches. This is an exceptional place. And look, I believe if you're going to do something, put your whole heart in it.
Yep.
Make sure that you're your best self. Make sure that you do it with a 100% commitment. And that's where we are at Lafayette right now. We're not apologizing. We're unapologetically Lafayette. And this is our moment.
Yeah, and if you're a Lafayette alum out there and you're sitting, oh, well, should I or shouldn't I? Why not? When is a better time? This is the time, because again, when you get together with your friends, you can say, listen, did you give anything? I gave this, I gave that. I know it's a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. But I'm telling you what, people are sitting out there saying, should I? Why not? Get off your butt and do it. And again, be part of this. You don't want to get left behind.
They don't want to kick the ball to Jaden Green, so they will pooch it to the 20-yard line with 1 minute and 3 seconds to go. Aiden Johnson will come back out, and Lehigh certainly as capable as Lafayette for a quick strike score. So a very important 1 minute left to go in this first half.
Yeah, big 1 minute and 3 seconds here, and we've seen Lehigh, I don't know how many times they've gone into halftime behind, but this is an offense where I think you've got to look to guys like Jeffrey Jamili. I mean, he's number 9. He's one of the best receivers in the league. He can get open a lot like Mason Keener, a lot like Carson Persing. And again, there's a situation here where you're going to see a 2-minute offense with Hayden Johnson, who probably has not run a lot of 2-minute drills in his career.
Johnson is back. It's a screen pass. He'll flip it out here, and it's going to be caught by Jaden Green, and Green's going to turn it upfield. Green is a good hard runner with a lot of quickness. He'll get the ball up to the 46-yard line. That's a pickup of 22 yards and a first down, and they only used about 7 seconds on the clock.
And Jaden Green came off the field right there with a left shoulder injury. Wonder if that obviously might have separated his shoulder, but he came out holding that left shoulder, and it's out of the socket right now.
So that brings Luke Yoder in, but back to Johnson to fire the ball, and that's a good tackle down there. The ball was caught by Jeffrey Jamil as Kevin Dodert, the safety, comes up to make that tackle. He's number league in the Patriot League in passes defended, as Lehigh will call their second timeout. 44 seconds will now be placed on the clock. They'll have the ball on the 49. They're looking at a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, we talked a lot about what these teams have to do, and you've seen a lot of mirror image, running the football, the quick passing game, Lehigh going over the top. You know, Lafayette obviously through the interception right there should have another score on the board. They had to settle for a field goal. So both teams kind of settling in right now. Lafayette making Lehigh punt the last time they had the football. So an opportunity here for Lafayette's defense to hold them in a 2nd down and long.
And we're right around the corner. We'll have basketball. The Lafayette basketball tournament will be played this weekend, the holiday weekend, starting on Friday. As that's a good tournament. Lafayette with 3 teams. Ball State's coming in. Lemoyne is coming in. So join us. Those games will be on ESPN starting on Friday.
See if Jalon Joseph here at the bottom can get home. He loves to run the edge and loves to set it loose.
They're coming. Getting to the outside is Johnson. He's got a lot of running room. Fires the ball. He might have been over the line of scrimmage. And it's intercepted.
It is.
Is it intercepted or not? It is going to be an interception for Lafayette, as Avery Jones, I believe, comes up with that interception for him. That's his 3rd of the season. What a great catch by Avery Jones.
Oh, both teams kind of an ill-advised. Lafayette loses contain here. I was talking about that, losing it to the right hand. But again, the ball a little bit underthrown. Good double coverage out there. And again, right there, Davis Oliver Goodwin, 6'3", and Avery Jones with his 3rd pick. Remember, a couple weeks ago, he had 2 to win that football game. He's got 1 today.
I don't think Lafayette will be doing much more than kneeling here and going to the locker room with a 17-14 lead. Mike, no reason to take any chances.
No, absolutely not. And both teams kind of, I think Lehigh squanders that. They had plenty of time. They had a timeout left. They kind of squandered that by taking that shot. So both teams kind of biting off a little bit too much. And Lafayette, as you said, Gary, will take this lead into halftime.
Johnson was right on the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball. Lafayette's going to bunch up the offense.
Well, what do you think they're talking about down there, Gary?
Well, I'm sure it's
D-line, O-line.
Yeah.
I've been in those conversations.
I think it's where do you eat in Easton? Where do you go get something good?
Not sure about that, but a good
Coach
football.
Troxel.
Good football. This is what I wanted. As you get a look at John Troxel's got to be happy with the way they played, and obviously getting Kente off to the start that he needed to.
Gives us a chance to say goodbye. I know you're busy and heading out to
This is the
another
end
function.
of the first half.
Look, I will say I wish our Lehigh friends a healthy and safe 2nd half, and I wish them all the best. To my Lafayette family, to the 2 of you. Look, this is a president's not afraid to use the L word, so I love you both. I love this college with my whole heart. Come on, everybody. This is our house. This is our moment. Go Leopards.
The moment continues with the halftime show when we come back. Stay with us. Thanks to President Hurd for stopping up into the booth.
Welcome back into Fisher Stadium. It is halftime here at Lafayette Lehigh, the 161st meeting. Phil Eng, John Leone, and myself, Megan Capana. We are so happy to be joined with you by our Coca-Cola halftime show. Now, guys, we have to talk about running back Kente Edwards. I talked to head coach John Troxel coming into today, and it was really clear that Kente had to have a game, and what we are looking at so far has been absolutely spectacular.
Amazing, right? Yeah. I mean, he's just different. And I think the thing is that Lehigh hasn't seen a back like him. They haven't seen competition. Now, again, hey, they've had a great season. They have not played any BCS teams like we have. They haven't seen a back with that amount of strength, that vision, and the ability to break it.
We picked a really good game to be right, Megan. If you harken back to the open, you talked about Kente Edwards and Lafayette needing to run the football. Now, you said he doesn't need to have a career day. 150, 160 would be good. I hope he's not finished. He's got 156 already, and it's only halftime. Lafayette offensively, I think Phil is doing pretty much everything they want to, but for that ill-advised option pass, the only reason they're only up 3, they could be up 10, they played a really good first half.
Do you keep doing what you're doing on offense?
Yeah, well, and that was my point in regards to that play call. Yeah. That's the only thing I would have to say. We're running the ball. We're taking what they give us. Why put a player in a position where he's not used to and that he might make a mistake?
I will say one thing, Meg. We're gonna let you chime in a moment. But when
you guys are making my job easy.
Well, we talked about this team. When you coach a team like this, and you have that kind of confidence in your players, I know you can question the call, but John knows these kids. He knows they can bounce back. You give them a chance to make a play. Hey, it cuts both ways. It cuts both ways.
And the theme of this Lafayette team all season long has been they play for one another. We're going to talk more team after this short break. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back into our halftime show presented by Coca-Cola. Now, we are going to talk a little bit more game here in just a second, but we need to have a moment because in the break, the guys and I were just talking about the atmosphere here, and it is absolutely incredible. I got here an hour and a half before kickoff, and the parking deck was filled with people.
It was already full, right? You know, it may not be, Ohio State, Michigan, or Auburn, Alabama, but it's Lafayette, Lehigh, and it's been played more times than anyone else, right? And it's just a great atmosphere, and especially coming in here with these undefeated league teams, in the league, and what it means for them harkens back to my senior year in '88, and it's a similar game to that, in that, it's a high-scoring affair, and it's basically who's going to stop who.
Yeah, someone told me there's like 14,000 people here. Well, I say 14,001. Gives me a chance to give a shout out to my granddaughter Emma, who's watching. Cheerleaders all say hello. But I have to tell you, we had a great segment on College Game Day this morning around 10:40. The guys went on and they gave due recognition to this football game in the whole landscape of college football, student athletes. The most played college football rivalry in the country. It's something special to be a part of.
Speaking of special to be a part of, can you, Phil, just even elaborate on the pride that kind of really comes in when you do put on your jersey and you know that you are going up against the rivals?
There is a lot of pressure, right? I mean, you want to come back and be known that you won that Lafayette Lehigh game as a senior. So there's a lot of pressure there, but there's a lot of excitement, and there's nothing better than it.
And I will say pressure may be there, but this Lehigh team looks calm, cool, and collected.
Well, Yoder is a scary back.
Yes.
We've got our own Yoder in Kente Edwards. But going back to the game a little bit, Mike Joseph just called in to tell us about a stat that we did not have. 21-8, basically, 21-9 in time of possession. That's a key element in why we're leading.
Well, I mean, it shows, right? I mean, the way we were running the ball in the first half and just taking those short, quick game passes, that leads to that time of possession.
Now, speaking of Mike Joseph, him and Gary Laubach have more after this. Be sure you are not going anywhere. Halftime continues on here.
Welcome back, Gary Laubach and Mike Joseph. And Mike, congratulations officially again on the Hall of Fame induction last night. Well deserved. We have had nothing but a good time. So let's take a look at the highlights. Lafayette up 17-14. Mike will take you through those highlights.
Well, again, all you really need to look at is that time of possession by Lafayette, the 26 carries by Kente Edwards. It was a lot of Kente in the first half. And again, some big holes opened up. Lafayette, again, running the football 6 out of the first 8 plays of the game, and Kente plows it in. He'll get that 1-yard touchdown. And not too many teams have gone up on Lehigh 7-0, but Lehigh just shows you their strength as well. Almost a mirror image of Lafayette. Good offensive line play. They can throw the quick game with their quarterback, Hayden Johnson, and again, you see Yoder there take it in. But a couple of big plays on 3rd down, and this is one of them. Kente gets the first down and gets it inside. Something we haven't seen. A little bit of a bag of tricks right there. You see Dean DeNoble taking it in on that 2-yard plunge, and Lafayette takes back that lead at 14-7. Only the 8th sack all year against that Lehigh offense happened there, made them punt the football. And again, Lafayette coming up big on 3rd down right there. Jalen Edwards makes a big-time play. But here, Lafayette tries a little trick play down almost in the red zone, right around the 35. You know Carson Person, he's a smart kid. He doesn't need to throw that football. He knows that. The play wasn't there. A couple plays later, right back with a 77-yard throw to their big-time player, Mason Humphreys. And there you can see the size of him. He is a big-time player right there. And again, look at this throw to the outside. Again, Lafayette getting the ball down inside. They stalled inside the 4 after that late penalty, and they ended up with a field goal. Lafayette with an interception here at the end of the first half, the 3rd one of the season by Avery Jones. Beautiful double coverage, and that'll take us to the half at 17-14.
As we take a look at the numbers, they're brought to you by Nacy Printing, handling Lafayette's printing needs. The halftime stats were brought to you by Astound, the Astound television team, bringing you today's ball game, doing a terrific job. Tyler Brackbill is our director. And Mike, the important number is going to be that we ran 47 plays to Lehigh's 18. Lehigh will have the ball when we come back. Lafayette on top by 3. Stay with us. Welcome back. Jack Simonetta getting ready to kick the ball off to Lehigh. They want to try to keep it away from Jaden Green if they can. Connor Hilling is also back there to receive the kickoff. Get a look at Jack put into duty because of the injury. Oh wait, it's Happ. Yeah, it's Happ kicking the ball. That's a pretty good kickoff too, but it does come down to Jaden Green, and Green is not going to get very far. Good job by Lafayette at about the 19 or 20 yard line as a tackle made by Donnie Williams. Let's take a look at Luke Yoder in action for Lehigh. He is there. Kente Edwards.
Yeah, again, that's one of his first carries. Just a load to bring down. And remember, he's a guy that can carry the load for you. He's done it this year. Lafayette doing a good job wrapping him up. But when he gets in the open, doesn't have that incredible speed that Kente has, but does have that contact balance. And Lafayette's got to control him in there in the second half.
First time both teams came into the ball game ranked. First time they both came in undefeated in the Patriot League. All of a sudden, Lehigh's going to have the lead, as Luke Yoder will go the distance, 80 yards on the first play, to give Lehigh the lead. 80 yards for Luke Yoder.
Again, just right up the middle. We talked about you got to get a hat on him. You got to get two. You cannot single tackle him. Very similar to Kente Edwards. Let's take a look at it here. Good down, kick out block. And again, the fit for Lafayette on the backside. A missed tackle, two missed tackles. And again, Yoder, we just talked about it. Not got incredible speed, but if you give him an opening, he's going to take it, and he puts Lehigh back on top. Now you worry about, hey, you had the ball for 21 minutes in the first half, and now you're down.
Yoder now with 13 touchdowns, 2 in this ball game. The extra point by Connor Poole is up, and it didn't take long. Out of the locker room, it's Lehigh up by 4, and Mike, that was a very big hole that was opened up. I don't think he was touched on the run.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, some bad fits by Lafayette. You see some guys overrunning the ball. We'll take a look at it. Yeah, we'll take a look at it right here. So again, you're going to see guys coming down inside, but you're going to see Lafayette over pursue with the two linebackers and then the missed tackle right here. So a guy, the guy's getting out. You've got to stay in your gap right there. So right there, the missed tackle, they had it played correctly, but right there, Dante Jackson, he's got to stand him up. You can't go for the legs right there. Both linebackers over pursuing, so the fits, when you hear a defense coordinator talk about, we've got to get our fits correct. Lafayette did not fit well on that first play of the second half. And again, now you had the ball, like I said, you gained control, 21 minutes of possession, and now you're back in the shootout.
So Lafayette does not score a touchdown at the end of the first half. They get a field goal, and now they're down by those 4. Fair catch will be called for right at the 20-yard line, as not wanting to kick the ball to Chakiri Henley or Devin Page. Jacoby instead makes the fair catch, and back on offense. Dean DeNoble, that drive, by the way, easy to recap for you. One play, 80 yards. Dean DeNoble now, he was 14 for 17 in the first half for 97 yards, 82% completions. Kente Edwards, 125 yards gained on 26 carries, and Kente back there in the backfield from the 25, 1st and 10.
Showing blitz off the top side here, single coverage.
We're going to go another quick out. That play has worked all day, as that will be a game. Harrison Persing tackled out of bounds by William Parton, and that's good enough for a 10-yard pickup and a first down. And Mike, obviously some conversation in the Lehigh locker room. It took them just one play to open up that big hole.
Yeah, again, downhill runs. I think they wanted to get back to running the football similar to what Lafayette did. And again, Lafayette, they just got to take what the defense gives you. You can't try to bite off too much here, as he's going to throw it again, Dean. Nothing there.
Dean looking, he's going to step up inside, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. TJ Burke is there to make the tackle. Talked about how strong he was in the first half. 700-pound squat, 465-pound bench press. Came into the game with 31 tackles, 3 sacks, 6 tackles for a loss. He is a senior, 6'2", 305.
And we haven't seen the slant by Lafayette. We've seen the stop routes on the outside. And again, that time Lehigh did a good job of showing blitz and then getting out of it, and nowhere for Dean to throw the ball off the RPO.
See if Kente gets it here. He does. And that hole closes very quickly. We didn't give the credit to the offensive line in that first half. Sean Wilson, Brian Basha, Reed Collins, Spencer Adams, Sean Kinney all did a terrific job for the Leopards.
get that feel right now, Gary, that this is a must. I mean, Lafayette is 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, run the football. You cannot run the ball here. And you can see the Lehigh sideline. They can sense right now that they may get the football back with the lead. For Carson Person right here, you get some one-on-one down here at the bottom. There's Mason Keener on the slant.
He's going deep downfield, but again, the miscommunication as the receiver turned it out. And Dean was thinking he was going to go up. So Lafayette will go 1, 2, 3 and out. And the momentum has quickly shifted here to start the second half.
Yeah, and Lafayette's, again, first time they're going to punt all day. And you said it, Gary, a little miscommunication on the outside. Elijah Stewart not in the game right there. You got the freshman in the game there in Skirbo, and nobody really in that area. Lafayette's got to find a way to get these punts off. You know, they worked hard on it all week. A lot of blocks.
Bush will punt it away. Peltekian, who is dangerous, is back. It's a good punt. Peltekian will not call for a fair catch. And he's going to take it and not have a lot of room to work with. And bodies flying all over the place on the out of bounds. We're going to have a timeout. When we come back, Lehigh will have the ball for the second time in the second half. They've already scored on one play. Lehigh with a football, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback Hayden Johnson has been in there the entire ball game, just a sophomore. They'll hand the ball off, and good forward progress by Yoder. Let's go down to Megan. They're still talking Bring the Roar. Let's get some final numbers. Here's Meg.
Final numbers indeed. I'm joined with Sean Scanlon, the Vice President of Advancement, who has the final numbers for Bring the Roar. Sean, I'll let you take over.
Yeah, we're excited to announce we had 4,381 donors for Bring the Roar, which is an all-time record. And we also surpassed 1.5 million in contributions in Bring the Roar. So thank you to everybody who contributed to this. It's been over-the-top records. Thank you.
We've been hearing a lot from President Hurd about the bicentennial coming up. The two of us were just admiring the view that we get to look up with a sellout crowd. To have record-breaking numbers in the bicentennial, how big of a deal really is it?
It matters so much because every bit of participation helps us further the mission of the college and celebrate the bicentennial and bring back a crowd like this is incredible on a day like this. So this is a way of really rallying the spirit of Lafayette together. So I wanted to say thank you again to everybody who participated.
Congratulations on a successful Bring the Roar. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Gary and Mike.
Thank you, Megan, and congratulations to everybody that helped bring the roar. A 12-yard pickup. Yoder on a pass catch that time. Takes the ball to the 43-yard line. This time Lafayette is there to stop the run. No gain on the play, getting right back to the line of scrimmage.
Lafayette's going to continue to try to play them with that four-man rush. I'd like to see them bring some blitz off his right hand. I mean, twice he's escaped to his right. One time he threw the interception down the field, but you cannot let a quarterback as athletic as Johnson get out of the pocket to his right hand.
So they're looking at a 2nd and 10 from the 43. It's Yoder again, and Yoder with a good cut. He is a good running back, Mike.
Yep, absolutely. Again, one cut type of guy, puts his foot in the ground, gets vertical. And again, the push they get from the backside, their left guard, Aiden Palmer and Saska, they just push guys down, and then he almost, watch him attack the line of scrimmage. He waits for the overplay, and then he puts his foot in the ground, and Lafayette's backside defensive end just can't get down there quick enough because you have to honor Johnson pulling that on the zone read.
Ryan Gatson made that tackle. It is Jaden Green in there now. And Green is the number 2. Keeping the football and running hard with it is Hayden Johnson. He'll get good yardage to the 36-yard line. He'll pick up 7. And they're really staying ahead of the stick so far here in the second half.
Yeah, again, good runs on first down. Lafayette came up with the big play, made it 2nd down and 10. And then they end up giving up that big play. So Lafayette defense a little bit on their heels right now. They've got to find a way to hold them to a field goal here. Watch, again, Hayden sees that. That's a good job by him watching the middle linebacker just vacate that frontside A gap, puts his foot in the ground.
Took a good hit there from Gadsden.
He really likes to take a shot.
Green forced to kind of dance a little bit along the line of scrimmage. So he's not going to pick up any yardage. Jalen Edwards leads the charge. Jalen, the corners had a great year. Came in with 38 tackles, 2.5 tackles for a loss, a couple of interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery, and a block kick.
Callahan Blair's really come on here in the second half. I think Lehigh's in 4-down territory. So, again, you could certainly run the football. Lafayette's got to be aware and stay in their gaps for the run, because Yoder's back in there and he's averaging about 4 or 5 yards, maybe even more a carry. Got to honor the run here.
How about 16.7 yards per carry? Back to throw, looking Johnson, firing, and Johnson took a lick. Oh my. Coming in to make that stick for Lafayette was Widerman. I don't know, we have that replay, but that's as hard as Hayden Johnson's been hit all day.
Yeah, Lafayette brought the blitz right off the front side, right into his grill, and that's where you're supposed to throw the football. If you're Hayden Johnson, you go right back to where the pressure's coming from, and you and I were right, Gary. 4-down territory, huge play for Lafayette's defense. They have been pretty darn good on 4th downs this year. Got to find a way to get off the field.
See if they give it to Yoder, certainly in his wheelhouse, needing just 3 yards. Oh, we're going to get motion. It'll be a 5-yard penalty.
That could turn it into a punt.
Against Lehigh, that penalty will be called on Sammy Ayachi, the right tackle.
Ball start. Offense, number 64. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
That might turn it into a punt, Gary. They were 7 for 13, so 53% on 4th down conversions, and what a huge penalty on the local product, Sammy Ayachi right there.
That's just the 4th penalty of the game, and every one of them has been against Lehigh. Lafayette has not been penalized in the ball game. The loss back to the 41-yard line.
You've got to be aware right here of the fake. You're in that area right now where you could possibly fake the football. Kevin Dodard back there standing.
Page, I believe.
Page, okay. The pooch kick.
This will take a Lehigh bounce. Oh, and will be downed at about the 3-yard lines. So a perfect pooch punt, 38 yards. Lafayette deep in their own territory when we come back. Welcome back. Time for the trivia question of the day, brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network, the team that cares for the Lafayette Leopards. Joe McCourt scores the winning touchdown. 2002, Brad Maurer, game MVP. 2004, quarterback Pat Davis to Jonathan Hurt. 2005. Those were the headlines from Lafayette's wins over Lehigh. What was extra special about those victories?
I think I know that.
All right.
Kente time.
Lehigh showing a lot more blitz than they did in the first half. And there was Kente carrying the ball. You get good yardage. He'll take it out to about the 6. So it'll be a gain of about 3.
They've had some good holes today, but just, you know, Lehigh's so quick.
Yeah, they close them very quickly.
Closing up. They get off blocks well. He's really had a little bit of room, but not a lot between that D line and that second level.
Dylan Sheehan, the first one there to meet Kente Edwards. It's Kente again. Finds a little bit of a hole, and he will get up to about the 11 or 12. Be a gain of 5 or 6. I think they're going to give him 6. Cole Hughes, the linebacker, there to make the tackle. And a big 3rd down, Michael.
Huge right there. Basha did a nice job. It's all one-on-one blocking up front, and Kente did a good job jump cutting to the backside B gap and picking up yardage. And Lafayette's got to have this 3rd down and 2. They got a lot of them in the first half. They completed and converted these. They're going to run it again.
Yeah, you don't want to punt from there, and they won't have to. 1st down. Kente got exactly what he needed. He gets to the 15 and picks up 4, and that will move the sticks.
And again, Kente, you know, a lot of times we saw him this year where he's a little patient back there, sees it and burst. Now it almost seems like he's kind of trying to get into that hole quick, because that Lehigh defense, they don't allow holes to open up for too long. 2 double wides if you get a look at this. Both double wide usually means run on the inside or quick throw to the outside.
This is his 31st carry. Oh, that's a terrific tackle down there for Lehigh. Coming up to make that tackle is William Parton, the linebacker. He's well over 50 tackles now for the season. Loss of a yard.
Yeah, nice job by Parton. That's a single tackle, one-on-one in the hole. A lot of times you see Kente make that first person miss, and huge down here for Lafayette. You don't need all of it. You pick up 7 or 8 yards and get yourself a manageable 3rd down.
Trips to the right side. Dean's going to keep it, fire that slant. Mike was looking for that earlier in the ball game. Skirbo is coming across. The freshman makes the tackle. Aiden Singleton makes the tackle to the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 8.
There's been a lot of slants. That was a backside slant, single coverage on the backside. You know, Singleton and the other corner have had their, DJ Brown, have had their hands full covering and coming up and making solid tackles. You kind of wonder when Lafayette's going to try to go up over the top.
Kyrie Henley in there looking, firing. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Downfield, it's Persing makes the catch. He couldn't catch it in stride or it would have been a touchdown, but he does come back to get the ball. Jackson Dowd makes the tackle. What a great job by Dean DeNoble to find him. And then the pass a little underthrown, but they get the first down.
And a great job by Hosack and Henley making blocks on the perimeter, giving Dean a little bit of extra time.
He's going to go down again deep.
That's interference.
Penalty flag is going to be thrown. Mason Keener, the intended receiver. Penalty will be called on DJ Brown. A 15-yard penalty will take the ball into Lehigh territory to the
Defense,
36.
number 20, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Yeah, and that was an easy call for the ref. DJ Brown never gets his head back. And the thing about Mason is he gets even with you, and he's strong enough to fight through the contact, and he's trying to create some separation right there. And DJ Brown, that's an easy call for the field judge. And we talked about it. You set it up by throwing the ball underneath, and then you get those one-on-one shots, and those are the things that have gotten Lafayette, you know, down the field a lot of times this year. I'd like to see them throw a quick screen and continue to make these corners tackle in the open field.
1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. And carrying the ball is Henley. Jakiri doesn't get any yardage at all as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Looked like big number 99, Preston Davis, the defensive tackle, along with Dylan Sheehan.
Kente getting a little bit of a blow there. Henley coming in the game. Remember, Lafayette Leopards without Ethan Weber. So more carries for Kente. Henley trying to do his best in there. 2nd down and long. I'd like to see Lafayette use the middle of the field. See if they can get some, work these safeties a little bit.
He's going to throw it again, that out pattern, and this time covered very well down there by DJ Brown. As Skirbo was the intended receiver, but Brown was all there. Good thing the pass was not underthrown. It would have been intercepted.
Yeah, again, tight coverage on the outside. But these receivers, you've got to separate, and you've got to, if you're going to run a hitch or something at about 8-9 yards, you've got to open the hips of the corner so that you can make the move coming back. And we saw that timing route a little bit earlier. Again, Hosack split out here. He'll probably motion in. But we'll see.
Probably in 4-down territory. Also, good protection. They're going deep down the field. And it's caught. Oh my, what a catch by Skirbo. That's going to be at the 1-yard line. What a grab by the freshman, Matt Skirbo of Phillipsburg High School.
Well, just the concentration of him getting around DJ Brown right there and concentrating. And Lafayette, again, what they always do, they get right back to the line of scrimmage pretty darn quickly. And they're going to be short.
Just shy of the touchdown. Let's go back and look at the long pass to Skirbo.
Well, Skirbo didn't give up on it. He got behind, finally got the edge. And what he did right there is he just got around DJ Brown. And again, the concentration and the length that he provides, a monster play not far from his hometown.
So 2nd and goal to go from the 1.
Boy, it's so important. Lafayette's got to punch this in. You know, everybody's keying on Kente, but if Dean can see it, he's got to trust it. If it's there, don't be afraid to pull it out.
Well, he already scored once on that. There goes. Oh, that's a good stick. It's a touchdown, I think.
Wow,
they're going to say no. Looks like they're going to mark it at about the half-yard line. Boy, it looked like that second effort may have gotten him across the goal line. Take a look at it.
Good penetration by the Lehigh defense. Spatney coming off the edge here, and I thought when he dove for it, Gary, he had it.
Again, hurry up. Is he in? They're going to say he's not.
Boy, this is where you need the tush push right here. Look at Lafayette, 4th down.
Oh, my.
3rd and 1? Or 4th and 1? 4th, yeah. Lafayette's going to go for it here on 4th down and 1.
They got to hurry, getting players in and out.
23 seconds left. Boy, what a down here, what a play. Again, on that half-yard line, Lehigh's gotten some good penetration on 3 straight downs at the 1-yard line.
Leopard fans are on their feet. Hand it off. It's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, Jalen Edwards.
And that time, Kente kept his eyes up. A couple times, he's been burying his eyes into the contact. That time, he kept his head up. He said, you can hit me in the legs, but you're not stopping me from the end zone.
He'll
and
go
we've
ring
seen
the
it
bell.
all year.
He'll ring the bell, Michael.
Boy, I tell you what a huge play. I mean, this game has been filled with big-time play after big-time play. And again, that time what I loved is head up, take the contact. You know you can absorb it with the lower body and take that into the end zone on 4th down.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. And Lafayette back up on top. 24-21, 2:46 to go. They'll go back on defense when we come back. You're watching Lafayette football on ESPN and the Lafayette Sports Network. We are back. We want to remind you that tickets for Lafayette home games as the basketball season is coming up. You can purchase those tickets easily online through GoLeopardsTickets.com or contact the ticket office at tickets@lafayette.edu. You can call them at 610-330-5471 or in person at the brand new Kirby Arena box office. So Lafayette with another big drive as they went 13 plays, 97 yards. The drive of the day, actually. 5 minutes and 59 seconds. So, Mike, not only are they doing long drives, but they're taking a lot of time off the clock. We thought that was a real key to a victory for the Leopards.
Well, you said it, Gary. I mean, what they needed to do was limit the possessions by Lehigh and, again, hang on to the football and convert 3rd downs, and they've done all of those things. Obviously, going back to a couple mishaps on offense, the interception, they only ended up with a field goal and another possession. But this defense has got to find a way to make a few stops down the stretch here. Obviously, that one big play starting out the second half. The defense, again, get off blocks, get 2 hands on Yoder. Again, you might have to commit more guys to the box here to get the football back.
Yoder with 167 yards rushing today and a couple of touchdowns. Kente Edwards, 140 yards rushing. Oh, there goes Yoder again. Yoder on the move, he'll get tackled, but well into Lafayette territory to the 40-yard line. That is a quick pickup of 33 yards.
Yeah, again, he gets through that hole. All the action going to Lafayette's right. Yoder back to the left right here. What a nice job there by Colby Ref, the center, getting up onto the 2nd level.
Dahante Jackson with
huge tackle.
The last gasp tackle. Otherwise, that was a touchdown. Same play they ran coming out of the locker room to start the second half for a touchdown.
Lafayette bringing the blitz
Johnson,
here.
He's going to run it up the gut. He's got plenty of time. Plenty of space. Still on his feet. And he doesn't want to go out of bounds, so he'll take a pretty good pop. They're going to mark it at the 3-yard line. A 37-yard run. And Lehigh that quickly close to getting the lead right back.
Yeah, back-to-back 30-yard runs here. Good decision by Johnson just to pull it down, get what he can. And again, Lafayette, the matching of their defense, they're just kind of running out of their lanes a little bit. In the corner, you can see, had the chase in the in route, never got his eyes back to the quarterback. Back-to-back 35-plus yard gains, and Lehigh's on the doorstep again.
Yoder now 200 yards rushing. There's Yoder again. He won't get in. Lafayette's goal line defense this year has been stout, and they proved it again right there. But Yoder with 12 carries, 201 yards, 18 yards per carry.
Again, he's electric. We came into this game, we knew what Luke Yoder was about. We knew what Kente was about. Both teams true to their identity, and Darian Riley made a big-time play here. You see if Lafayette can get a TFL. Jamili coming in on motion here. They love to go to him on little in and back out routes. There he goes again.
It's Yoder. It's Yoder. He's in for the touchdown. So Yoder scores his 3rd touchdown of the game, puts Lehigh back up on top by a 27-24 score.
Didn't take long. They run 4 plays in the second half.
maybe 8 plays in the second half and scored 2 touchdowns. Some big chunk plays by Lehigh, and Yoder's come to play today. That muddle huddle here to make it that 4-point lead. Yeah, well coached there, gets the line properly.
Connor Poole again, he's been perfect today.
2 good kickers in this game too. We got to keep our eyes on that as well.
Down, kick is up. Kick is good. And the lead is back to 4. It looks like one of those who's going to have the ball last type ball games. 48 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Lehigh by 4.
Lafayette's got to get together on that sideline defensively and find a way to consistently try to stop the run. I mean, I know you've got to cover all the wideouts, but they're going to have to go to some man-to-man coverage and commit more guys to the box, because first, as a defensive guy, you've got to stop the run and try to make a team one-dimensional. But again, when you don't commit to the run and you can't stop Luke Yoder, who's over 200 yards today, you can't take away anything. So again, Lafayette's got to make a decision on that sideline defensively. What are we going to take away? And if we're going to, end up getting cut, it might be getting cut by the pass.
It's another pooch, another fair catch called for at the 22-yard line. Nobody wants to see anybody run the ball back anymore. So the ball will be placed at the 22-yard line, I believe. Make it to 21, Lafayette. Football.
26, Gary.
26?
Yep, just above anything
Yep.
caught like that. And here comes Dean DeNoble again out there. See if Kente's coming out. He is.
So back to the Leopard offense. The offenses have matched one another throughout this ball game. 48 seconds to go, third quarter. Rolling, DeNoble firing. He's got his Mason Keener again. Keener will make the catch at the 30, tackled immediately by DJ Brown. They've gotten to know each other pretty well. For Keener, that is catch number 8.
Keener doing a nice job. A lot of underneath routes. Had the interference call, which picked up 15 yards. The big play by Skirbo on the last drive down to the 1, and Lafayette finally punched it in. You kind of get the feeling like Kente's one step away.
And we've gotten word that Eli Stewart will not come back into the ball game. In fact, he's in street clothes. Finally, a nice hole opened up, and that will be a first down run for Kente Edwards, as Nick Peltekian is there. Mason Moore is there to make the tackle. And I believe that will end the third period of play. What a great football game. 2 undefeated teams coming in. One of them will be the Patriot League champions. 15 minutes to go in regulation. Come on back. We are back. You get a look at the crowd milling around. It's been a great crowd. Nobody's going anywhere. As this one yet to be decided. A lot of football left to play. As we get into the fourth period of play, the ball is on the 38-yard line. First and 10 Leopards. Quick toss again. That's a play we haven't seen today. As it's right at the line of scrimmage, you make the toss. Catching the ball was Carson Persing. Coming up, Makai Smith to make the tackle.
Again, Lafayette, it's been mostly run out of this formation. This time Dean just takes it, flicks it out there, no laces, and a good block out in front by Mason Keener.
That's a good game, Mike, on that play. Very often it doesn't get much. It got 6.
Well, Lehigh, again, they give you a lot of room. They give you a lot of cushion, and Lafayette's taking advantage of it. That brings up a lot of third downs.
Again, back to throw, a little bit long. That ball was intended for Persing. A little bit high. Of course, he's not the biggest guy in the world, 5'7", 172. Played his high school ball at Danville. As we get a look at Kente, so far in this drive, used just one time.
And again, a long throw to the outside right there. Lafayette's got it set up again. If they can take a shot, maybe getting the ball to the outside, to the boundary. Single coverage out there.
First half, they use Kente in this situation. They do it again.
Short.
And he's going to be short, but maybe the Leopards will go for it. They're going to be a yard shy. William Parton is there to make the tackle. It is going to bring up a 4th and 1.
Again, I think I'd rather stay in the 4 wide receiver set, which gets those linebackers out of the box. When you call in an extra 2 tight ends in the game, you bring those linebackers that are so good for Lehigh tighter to the box when you run the football.
There's 7 in the box. They give it to Kente. He got it. Oh, they're not going to give it to him.
Wasn't a good spot at the top.
They are not going to give it to him.
Was not a good spot.
One may wonder, this could be reviewed.
Ruling on the field as the runner was tackled short of the line to gain. First down, Lehigh.
Wow. I thought he had it.
It was close. It was close right there. The question is, when is his knee down? Where is the ball down? And again, I'm not a big fan of bringing in extra guy when you just picked up 5 or 6. Get the linebackers out of the box by keeping a nice wide set. And Lafayette's run that 4 or 5 times. They trade, they change personnel, they bring in 2 tight ends, and that again brings Lehigh into the box, and that's where they live.
So Lehigh does not look like they're going to review it. Lehigh will have the ball in Lafayette territory at the 47-yard line. They're up by 4.
This is where they like to strike first. So if you're Jeffrey Jamili, you're covering him, you've got to be aware of Mason Humphrey and Jeffrey Jamili right here on a belly in and throw the ball down the field.
A field goal doesn't hurt you certainly as much as a touchdown would. With a ball, oh my. Hayden Johnson got crushed. That is Davis Oliver Goodwin with the tackle from his strong safety position. He's playing with a turf toe, so you know how painful that can be.
Pain in the tendon. What a great job by him. There's no chance for Jamili to take on a 6'3" safety. But again, you see how you have to add guys to the box. When you add the safety, free safety to the box, and you let the quarterback run, it's one-on-one, and a great play by Oliver.
So passing situation here for Hayden Johnson. In motion is Jamil. Back to throw it. Johnson's going to fire. He's got his man. They use the tight end for the first time today as they drop the ball off to Joseph Maranka. Maranka, the tight end, 6'1", out of Exeter. And that's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
And again, using the middle of the field, you've got to do that. Nice throw by Hayden. He got rid of that ball really quickly. Lafayette in a zone defense, and a good job by Maranka just sitting down in the hole. And they pick up that first down. That was a 2nd down and 10.
Maranka's 10th catch of the year. They're going to fire out here. Ooh, that pass was high, and that left the receiver kind of open. Jamil makes the catch. Jamil got hit immediately. He was defenseless there, having to go up and get the ball.
And another 2nd down and 10 here. Doing a lot of this without Yoder. I mean, I haven't given him the ball yet on this drive.
I'm very surprised by that.
So am I. You know, Lehigh can kind of feel right now, if they can get that 2-score lead on Lafayette. Again, we're under 12 minutes right now, a lot of time left, but Lafayette's got to get after and keep that quarterback in the box. There you go.
Looking, fire, almost intercepted twice. The Leopards with 2 opportunities to get to it. It was intended for Matt Davino, tipped by Davino, tipped by the Leopards, and tipped once again.
Watch this hit by Stevens on Johnson. And again, he leads with the shoulder. The referee was about to call this a target or a late hit, but the hit by Stevens with the right shoulder right under in the chest plate of the quarterback surprised Hayden Johnson got up after that one.
We've had a lot of big plays in this one. Here's another one. 3rd and 10 from the 37-yard line. Johnson took a lick. He got up very slowly after that. They give it to Yoder. Yoder's going to get the first down. He'll hit the mark right at the first down marker. He'll pick up 10.
They took a page out of Lafayette's book there. 3rd down and 10, and they run the football against Lafayette's pretty much nickel defense. And again, this is what Lafayette did. You know, you got a defense on the field that wants to play against the pass. You add an extra defensive back, and Yoder makes them pay on a 3rd down and 10. A huge play. Circle that one.
We're going to get a whistle here.
The ruling on the field is the runner made the line to gain. That ruling is under further review.
So they are going to check that out. He certainly was airborne when he got to what looks like a first down. We'll know when we come back. Stay with us. Mike, they have moved it back a half yard.
Wow, incredible. 4th down, big time play here. And if you're Lafayette, you either commit to Yoder or you commit to Hayden Johnson. Tackle both of those two guys. If they throw it, you tip your hat and you play man-to-man coverage on the outside. But again, this ball is either going to Yoder or Johnson pulling it. They're going to push.
They tried to get it off sides. I don't see a flag. In fact, running, that's Johnson. Hayden Johnson on a quarterback sneak. It's all the way to the 6-yard line. He picks up 22 yards.
Yeah, and I don't think Lafayette was prepared for that, and that's something probably Lehigh had just put in. A little bit of a tush push, and we talked about that big offensive line. And Lafayette, again, probably not prepared for that type of play. Great call by the Lehigh offensive coordinator, Dan Hunt. And again, guys just not getting low enough and finishing.
1st and goal to go from the 6. It's Yoder. Touchdown. What a day he has had. Luke Yoder with his 4th touchdown, 219 yards rushing. And Lehigh goes up by 10.
Now that play for Lafayette's defense is just a reaction to the last play. Again, they are so kind of the wind taken out of their sails on that 4th down and short. And they come back here and again absorbing the blow from that big offensive line of Lehigh, who's been very impressive today.
Extra point by Poole. Jamil's a holder. The kick is up. Kick is good. And it's Lehigh now up by 11. Can Lafayette answer? We'll see when we come back on ESPN and the Lafayette Sports Network. We are back. Let's go back to the trivia question. We offered up a bunch of headlines. Well, those are the headlines over Lehigh. What was extra special about those wins? Mike, you want to venture a guess?
I think those were the years where Lehigh was ranked, right? I mean, those are some good teams.
Yeah, they were ranked in 02, number 20, in 04, number 8, and in 05, number 12. And Lafayette came away with a win in all 3 of those years. Can they figure out a way to do it this season? We'll see in the next 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Once again, fair catch will be called for. And Lafayette will have the ball. Hosick there with the fair catch.
We'll see if Lafayette continues to run the football. Certainly a lot of time left in this game. You can continue to run the football, get that touchdown back, get it back to really a 3-point, 4-point game. But you've got to find out what you want to do. Do you want to open it up right now, or do you want to continue to commit to the run? And again, you kind of get the feel like Lehigh's going to play a little bit of prevent, not worrying about when they have a 2-score lead. That should open things up for number 26.
Leopards have not been able to score quickly today. Most of their drive, the shortest one, 13 plays. They've had a couple of 14-play drives as Carson Persing makes that catch. Aiden Singleton runs him out of bounds. And the gain is going to be about a half a yard shy of a first down up to the 34-yard line.
Persing went out of bounds and didn't get the first down. The clock continues to run. Under 10 minutes right now.
Dean completing 78% of his passes today. Back again. And he's going to over the middle, wide open. Plenty of running room. That's Hosick, I believe.
What did I say about the middle of the field?
Mackay Smith. We haven't seen a lot of that this season. Perfect time for it to the 44. And that is a gain of 22 in Lehigh territory.
And a great call right there as Hosick's trying to get back on the football right here. Beautifully done there. A little tight end delay.
Again, back Dean firing wide open. Trying to turn it upfield. Staying on his feet. It'll be a gain of 9. Make it 8. As Mason Keener makes another catch. Keener on the day now with 9 catches. Jackson Dowd there to make the tackle. Persing has 9 catches on the day. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 2
Wilson limping a little bit, coming back to the line of scrimmage. That time Dean DeNoble trying to rally him to get back and stay in the ball game. Haven't seen a lot of Woolridge, haven't seen the other guys here. I'd like to see Skirbo get a chance one-on-one again.
And Eli Stewart, their outstanding receiver, in for one play. As they give the ball to Kente. Kente will get the first down as TJ Burke is there to make the tackle at the 34-yard line.
See, now that one I didn't think he had the first down, and the other one I thought he did, so kind of weird here. I don't think they're going to give it to him. I think it's third down. Third down and short? Yeah, it's going to be third and short. Yep, they did not give him the first down. Second down, I'm sorry, Gary.
No, it's third.
I thought it was third as well.
It is third.
Well, they had that long completion, that good completion.
And again, where's the spot? Boy, they have not been very generous with the spots today. They are going to say he's got it.
Yeah. Again, this is what Lehigh's doing that Lafayette is not doing, committing to the box. Again, you've got to stop Kente Edwards.
To the ball being spotted, timeout for injury on the defense.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, someone's going to have to come out of the game here, and that's number 37 there. Jackson Dowd got hit, and they spotted him up to come out of the game quickly. Lafayette with a first down. But again, Lehigh committing to the box and really stout on the inside. One of the best defensive lines I've seen all year in the FCS.
Back to throw. Dean got hit as he let it go. And again, they're just not on the same page, Mike. That's about the fourth time the receivers are not where Dean is throwing the ball.
Yeah, and Dean, I thought that was a fade. And again, what I look at right there is Sean Wilson. Again, he got hurt a couple plays ago, limped back to the line of scrimmage. And right here, Spatney just goes right around him. So you wonder if he's playing injured there, and they can maybe do better with having another guy in there. And Sean Wilson's so tough, he's going to stay in that ball game. But he's got some great defensive ends to contend with.
Spatney, the career sack leader. Dang, DJ hits again. And the only one knowing where the football was Mason Keener. He was covered by two guys, but they had no idea where the football was. Mason Keener did know, and he waited for it, makes the catch down at the 4-yard line, a pickup of 30 yards. Kente, he's in for the touchdown. 4-yard touchdown run. Kente Edwards with his third touchdown of the ball game, and the Leopards right back in it.
Well, anything you can do, I can do better, right? The one thing, Gary, we're going to take a look at Mason Keener right here. You described it perfectly, Gary. I mean, he's the only one who knows where this football is. And I tell you what, he had his eyes on it, he had a beat on it, and Lafayette looked like they're going for two, Gary, to get this to a three-point game. And I kind of agree with the call, because either way, being down 4 doesn't help you. And you see what they have drawn up. You know they've worked on this 2-point conversion play all week.
And this is critical. To get to within 3 is critical. And who's got it? Coming around, that is Penza. Penza's looking for somebody. They got the 2-point conversion. Jason Penza drops the ball to Mason Keener. Oh, what a great play.
Well, you save it and you work on it over and over again, and it's a double reverse. The inside handoff, you got to make sure that's an inside handoff. But give Penza a lot of credit. He's been injured. He hasn't thrown the ball a whole lot, but he does a great job knowing he needs to throw it in the end zone.
We all just called a timeout. We'll be back. We're back. The crowd is back in it. The ebbs and flows of this one. Here's Mike.
Yeah, again, just take a look. That's Jason Penza. So you're going to get motion. This has to be handed off. Cannot be back around. They're trying to get the quarterback. Let's let it run. They're trying to get like a Philly special out of this, and we're going to freeze it right there. Boom, you freeze it. You see right here, great pickup by the defensive end, but watch Mason Keener dance, work his way back inside, and then all credit to the injured Jason Penda for buying time and finding Mason Keener, who's having himself a day.
Candler Happ will kick the ball off. And again, everybody pooching. Another fair catch called for. The ball will be at the 25-yard line, and Lehigh will have the football. 1st and 10. These two teams combined 12-0. Lehigh scores 33.1 points a game. Lafayette scores 33.7 points a game. How many points are on the board? 67.
67. Just incredible. Exactly what you wanted. I mean, you got 7 minutes left, and if Lafayette's going to win the game, I'm telling you, it's going to fall on this defense. They've got to find a way to commit to the box.
Stop Yoder. That's got to be their mantra. Rolling is Johnson. Looking Johnson has a man wide open. As making the catch is number 86, Maranka. Maranka will pick up 8 yards on the play up to the 38-yard line, tackled by DeHonte Jackson and Darson Gente.
Nice job by Hayden Johnson right there, just allowing the defensive end to make a decision. And when that linebacker made that decision to come off the tight end and attack the quarterback, he ended up throwing it. So that's a beautiful job by Hayden Johnson there to stay on schedule with a big first down play.
That's an impossible play for the defender to be successful. He has to make a choice. He made it, and then Johnson made his choice. Here goes Yoder. No, keeping the ball is Johnson. Good fake. Johnson's going to get the first down up to the 36, a gain of 3. For Lehigh, that's first down number 15. Lafayette with 26 first downs. Total yardage, Mike. Lafayette 416, Lehigh 438.
Just so close. And exactly where you thought you'd be, and that extra added in Hayden Johnson. You know, we saw Mahalik came in last year, ran 10 times for 39 yards. Only saw him once today, and he didn't even carry the football. So it's been pretty much all the sophomore today.
Out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, played for Manheim Township. Here goes, boy, he's quick to the hole, runs with power. That's Yoder. Yoder up to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 7.
You almost kind of feel like Lafayette's defense has got to cause a turnover, rip at the football, do something to get this football back, or at least hold this team to a field goal. And you've got to keep your eyes on, you watch Yoder come right into your living room. Missed tackle there by Beckham D. I haven't called his name enough today.
How about credit to Colby Reff and Charles Saska, Garrison, also Aiden Palmer, Matt Davino, and tight end Maranka. They've done a terrific job. Sammy Ayachi, Langston Jones. Great work along the line of scrimmage for Lehigh. Yoder again. That's a good tackle. Putting him down immediately was DeHonte Jackson. But it is good enough for a first down to the 47-yard line, a gain of 4.
And Lafayette went to a 3-4 defense that time, so a lot of linebackers in the game, a lot of guys that can run, and safety Dante Jackson did a nice job coming out of coverage, but there was just too short of distance to get. And Lafayette's got to think right now. You wonder what's going through Coach Troxell's head about using timeouts, trying to get them to commit to a field goal, but Lafayette's first got to get them off schedule.
The clock is continuing to run at 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. This has been a classic. Just great football. Glad you're with us. It's Yoder again. Yoder will get to midfield at the 50 and pick up 3.
And if you're Lehigh, this is the offense, I mean, that you're made to run. It's a 4-minute offense. You want to take time off the clock, get yourself into a position where you could possibly score. But Lafayette, again, you've got to find a way to continue to commit. And again, if you're going to take a chance, you got to put the pressure on your corners and your safeties to make plays against Jeffrey Jamili and some of these big wide receivers. But you cannot allow them to continue to run the football.
Lehigh offense has fumbled the ball once this year. They have thrown 5 interceptions. If you're looking for a turnover, here goes Green. Jaden Green will go down after a good gain up to the 35-yard line. 15-yard pickup, and Lehigh just keeps moving on offense.
Again, great cut back there by Green. He's playing with a bad shoulder, but what a beautiful cut by him. Everything for them has been inside the numbers, inside the tackles today, in the tackle box. And Green, we haven't seen a lot of him. I think that's because of the shoulder. But boy, is he explosive as well. And Lafayette's got to come up with a TFL here, and we're under 3 minutes.
Both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. The Leopards need to stop. And give up a field goal, not so bad. Give up a touchdown. That could be Lehigh's 17th consecutive win.
still have the 2-minute timeout here, so there's one. Lafayette's going to take one on this side of the 2-minute timeout. And this is where they're going to take them, because I tell you, if Lehigh gets another first down.
Timeout. Lafayette, their first charge timeout of the half, 30-second timeout. Please reset the game clock to 2 minutes, 49 seconds. 2-4-9. Thank you.
Good job by the officials today.
Yes.
Tom Zetz, Christopher Grogan, NJ Cogliotti, Ray Pittman, Thomas Lasak, Tom O'Mara, and Michael Peel. Let's take a look at Luke Yoder. I don't know if we want to take a look at Luke Yoder in action.
Wow.
What a day.
We got to give him credit, obviously. He does everything well. He runs strong. Again, just a junior. And again, he's athletic. You see him there, Gary, go up over the top. He follows this offensive line. If anybody ever gives credit, we talk about Kente giving credit to the Lafayette offensive line. I mean, they have made a career for Luke Yoder. He's got 4 touchdowns today as he shows the back of the end zone how many times he's reached it.
Well, Lehigh's ahead of the sticks by just a couple of yards.
Yes.
This is a big play.
Big
Lafayette needs to maybe force them to put the ball in the air. After this, I assume they're going to give it to Yoder right here.
Kind of showing that little tush push again. 2nd down and 7. Huge play here for Lafayette's defense.
They give it to Jaden Green. Jaden, with his moves, he's headed downfield. He's going to get knocked out of bounds at about the 4. They're going to give it to him to the 3-yard line. That's Jaden Green.
And again, Lafayette's fits defensively have just not been there. And the bounce to the outside, he had a similar run last year against Lafayette over at Goodman Stadium. You've got to find a way to make a play here. Watch Gadsden. He gets too far to the inside. Got to keep him on his inside shoulder. Force him back to the inside. So again, the fits by the safeties and some of the linebackers and even the corners today for Lafayette have just been a bit off.
I thought that spot was rather generous. They put it to the 3. I thought he went out around the 4-yard line.
They may be talking about it here. I'm not sure what the referee's talking about around the 15. Here's the call.
The game clock was not started properly. Please reset the game clock to 2 minutes, 42 seconds. Please reset the play clock to 40 seconds and start on my signal. Thank you.
Well, the officials have been on top of everything.
Well,
some information Lafayette fans may not want to know. Hayden Johnson's a sophomore. Jaden Green is a sophomore. Luke Yoder is a junior. So they'll all be back in this ball game again. Well, the Leopards have at times this year put up a great goal line stand. They need it here.
Yeah, again, committing to the run right here. If they're going to throw it on a fade or something like that, you've got to trust your corners. And again, a lot of cushion by these corners all day long and the Lehigh corners, but everybody's got to get a fit. You got a gap, you got to make sure you don't give it up, you got to make sure you don't get pushed by and washed.
It's Jaden Green in the backfield with Hayden Johnson.
Hayden likes to keep the football here.
It's Green, and Green will get to the 1 or 2. I think they're going to mark it at the 1. A gain of 2.
Lafayette just with 2 timeouts. That'll probably take us to the 2-minute timeout.
It does. So we'll call timeout. 35-32. Lehigh has the football on the Lafayette 1-yard line. Come on back. We're back. A big pat on the back to John B. Bowman's been in the booth with us the entire season, does our spotting, works on some of the stats and the records and all of that. And of course, the entire Astound television crew carrying Lafayette football for a whole bunch of seasons. Here's the play. There's the push. Nobody's raising their hand yet.
I don't know if he's in. He might be in,
yeah, there it is. Touchdown. I believe it was Hayden Johnson that kept the football.
It was on a
Number
push.
60 for Lehigh must come out for 1 play.
I don't know. I mean, there's a certain point in time where you need to blow the whistle, and they've got to take a look at that on both college and pro levels.
They moved the pile.
Another good drive.
Pile got it through, and that's probably the clinching drive. Lehigh looks like they're ready to win the Patriot League championship, and they're going to do it back to back.
Yes, they are. I mean, this is and a team that's got some kids coming back. They're impressive. You know, we haven't seen them all year. We've seen them on film here or there, seen the scores, reacted to what they've done, but they are as advertised.
Extra point by Poole is up, It is good. 42-32 with 1:53 seconds to go. You get a good look at Hayden Johnson. He has had a terrific day. 11 for 16 throwing the ball. 159 yards and a touchdown. He has a touchdown run, 64 yards on the ground, 9.1 yards per carry for Hayden Johnson.
Yeah, again, Lafayette, still a little bit of time left. They only have 2 timeouts left, so they're going to have to use them wisely. But again, defensively, they just had no answers for the run. And you look at kind of that, we always talk about going into half and coming out of half. And Lafayette went 3 and out. One play by Lehigh, 80-yard touchdown run by Yoder, and then Lafayette goes 3 and out, and that's created this little gap between the scoring for Lafayette and a couple mistakes in the first half. And I thought they played a pretty darn good game, and Coach Troxel had them ready to play. But this is a strong Lehigh team.
So Lafayette at the very best needs a quick score. They'll have the ball at the 25.
An opportunity there. I would have liked to seen right there Devin Page. I mean, you moved your receivers up to catch the fair catch, and you still fair catch it. I mean, there's a chance there for Devin Page, who can make people miss. The one step makes somebody miss and maybe get some better field position. But I mean, if there's a tight end there or an H-back or somebody like that, I mean, maybe you fair catch it, but it's an opportunity. Sun's finally coming out.
Well, Dean doesn't have a touchdown pass today. He has 53 of them in his career. So can he get one quickly? He'll fire the ball out here. That's the passes that have been successful all day. Again, it's Mason Keener making the grab. He's having a career day, is Keener. Jackson Dowd runs him out of bounds.
It's been very good offensively. Again, taking what the defense gives them. They've had one big play over the top, but this is where Lehigh kind of tees off.
Stepping up, firing. Oh, is that an almost intercepted?
Well,
it was DJ Brown that almost came up with it.
Yeah, and Ethan, I think that was Ethan Hosak. Yeah, Ethan Hosak's got to sit down. I mean, he had the curl route, and he saw Dean coming toward him. At some point in time, you got to present your numbers. And again, Hosak just drifted to the inside and didn't really give his quarterback a clean target as it's 3rd down here. And Lafayette definitely needs 2 downs here to pick this up. We'll use both.
Back to throw, firing, good ball. That'll be a catch, out of bounds, stop the clock. Catch by Skirbo. DJ Brown there with the coverage. Matt Skirbo, just a freshman, 6'2", 180 out of Phillipsburg. Came in with 10 catches, has a couple today.
I'll continue to give you the underneath stuff, and I wonder if Lafayette would take the field goal right away.
Dean's gone down. First sack, I believe, of the day.
Yes, it is.
TJ Burke is in there to get that sack. That's his 4th of the season. And his 7th tackle for a loss. Timeout call.
And again, being up 10 points right here is what Lehigh's all about. And you see the twist right there by Lehigh, really well done. Lafayette's handled that twist pretty well.
Timeout.
All
Lafayette.
day long, but not that time.
So Lehigh is celebrating on the far side. Let's take a look at Mason Keener in action. Another young player for Lafayette who'll be back, just a sophomore. Good day, Mike.
Yeah, he's been, again, available for his quarterback, and he makes himself available, and he makes plays. And again, down the field here, he can do it in the middle of the field. He can do it down the sideline. He's just an extra special type of kid. Fits right in here at Lafayette, gets himself a 2-point conversion. And Mason's fun to watch. His family is fun to be with. Got a lot to look forward to with that Nazareth product. Just like to see Lafayette bring this back. Again, you wonder if they can get to the 20 or even the 30 and take a shot at the field goal and then the onside kick. Remember, you need 2 scores here. It doesn't matter when you get the field goal.
Dean getting pressure again, fires it out. It's a good catch, but it's not a legal catch. It's not in bounds, was Persing. Persing went up to get it.
We're going to talk about it, but
I don't think it was close, to be honest. There's Aiden Singleton there with the coverage. And did not come down with a foot in bounds. You only need 1 foot in college.
See right here. couple of young guys coming in. Another guy had a big week last week. Nick Bierman is in there at the top of your screen. 2 touchdowns last week against Richmond.
They have to get all the way to the Lehigh 46-yard line. Back to throw, firing, and that's not there. A lot of pressure now on Dean. They know he has to throw the ball.
And this is where Lehigh wants you. I mean, they want you in a passing situation where they can tee off. And, you know, they haven't really gotten Lafayette into that all day long. Lafayette's stayed on schedule and have been able to run their offense. But now they're faced with a 4th and 20 and the ball game right here. I'd love to see them again use the middle of the field, but you've got to start by giving Dean some time.
How about Dean DeNoble's career? This is his 37th start in 38 games. And he's been outstanding through those starts. Has a great competitive edge to him. A couple times this year he probably should have taken himself out for being banged up and injured. He would not do that. As we mentioned earlier, playing with a separated shoulder, you would never know that. And Lafayette is going to have what would be considered a really good year. Picked to finish 5th. They're going to finish 8-4. 2 of those losses to FBS teams. And a loss to Princeton and a loss now to Lehigh. The Lehigh one always hurts though, Mike, right?
It absolutely does. It's something that stays with you, especially when you're a senior. And again, a loss at home is tough to deal with. But again, John Troxell has got this team and this entire community, as we talked about with President Nicole Hurd, on the right track. And again, they've run it into a team that could be a really special one for Lehigh this year.
Dean's going to run out of trouble.
So he's got to come back.
He's going to look. He's going to go deep downfield, and it's going to be out of bounds. And Lehigh will celebrate.
Yeah, just never gave him an opportunity. Even if that's intercepted, as Carson Persing got up a little limping, even that ball, you've got to give your guy a chance. And if he throws this ball inbounds, I'm sure you were thinking of Gary, interference. Because he's got to give his guy, the ball just floated a little bit, ended up out of bounds, no chance for that interference call, as Carson Persing has had a tough day today.
Should be taking knee time. We'll see whether or not that is what head coach Kevin Cahill decides to do. It looks like he's going to be in the prevent here. Tell you what, the 13,000 and change people stayed. Nobody's gone home.
And they certainly got their money's worth. 2 top teams, 2 great offenses. Again, I think Lafayette surprised Lehigh a little bit today, the way they could run the football and score points. And I don't think Lehigh has faced a team that's had this offensive firepower for a long time. But a good win for them. And again, they won this today with their offense, and I don't think they won it with their defense.
So they will win back-to-back championships. Lafayette won 3 years ago, the Patriot League championship, and they will move on to the FCS playoffs. One would doubt if Lafayette will get an invitation. Boy, what a hard-fought game, though. Everybody left it on the field, Mike.
They certainly did. I mean, Lafayette did everything they could. Watch that truck coming in. I don't know what they're doing here. Well, they're going to put up some stands, but yeah, you said it, Gary. I mean, I thought both teams, and you and I talked about it before the game. What do we want out of this game? We really want a good ball game where both teams can succeed, both teams play well, show off their talent, and then obviously you see at the end the strength and the way the game played out. Lehigh showed you that offensively they can run the football, and again, just enough defense for them today. So, but Lafayette, nothing to hang their hats about. They had a whale of a season, and again, this was going to be a tough uphill battle today, but they made it a ball game and they were in the lead at halftime.
We will remind you that we have a post-game show coming up presented by the Maroon Club. Every gift matters every year. Join the Maroon Club today. And often have a player of the game. Not sure if that will be the case today. But a bunch of ecstatic Lehigh fans out on the field.
It's nice to see. You see Dean shaking hands with a lot of the defensive players from Lehigh down there. If we can get a shot at him right around the 50-yard line. But, you know, you always show, it's always about just knowing that it's competition. It's all you want is an opportunity to compete. And Dean DeNoble's given us that opportunity to compete and win ball games all season long. There are areas, Gary, where Lafayette needs to get better. We understand that. But again, the season that they put together, the way they've excited us with their running game, Kente Edwards, it has been a pleasure to watch them this year.
All right, let's take a look at the highlights. There have been plenty of them in this ball game, and Mike will carry you through them.
Yeah, again, Kente Edwards takes that 7-0 lead. A beautiful job by that offensive line, but Luke Yoder comes right back, and that was, again, that settled that Lehigh offense down. It settled their sideline down. It settled down their fans. And at that point in time, you know, Lafayette came right back. I mean, they did everything right offensively. They took what Lehigh gave them. Dean DeNoble was sharp. He was on point. This play is something that I know the Lafayette offensive guys are going to think about a little bit. Why did we do that? But again, if it works, you're a hero. If it doesn't, you kind of look foolish. But a big play right here. Lafayette, we've seen them give up some big plays, but you know, that was a beautiful throw and catch. They come down here, they try to go deep again. Avery Jones with his 3rd pick of the year. But again, it was too much Yoder. I mean, 4 touchdowns. We've talked about it, you and I, Gary, about how Kente Edwards has been too much for other teams. Well, today, the running game of Lehigh's has been too much for Lafayette's offense. What a catch by Skirbo to get Lafayette back within 1. Finally, Kente with some good contact balance. He'll get that in the end zone there with a 1-yard rush. Remember, that was 4th and goal at the 1. But Lehigh, again, coming right back. Yoder with a 3-yard play. I thought this play was huge. I mean, they went, surprised Lafayette with a little bit of the tush push. It was a 22-yard gain on a quarterback sneak, some poor tackling by Lafayette. 1 play later, Yoder takes it in for his 4th touchdown. Big play by Mason Keener to bring Lafayette back inside the red zone. Nice run there by Kente, again showing that he's best back in the league. And again, Yoder and him, it's 1A and 1. Lafayette goes for 2. What a beautifully play design by TJ DeMuzio. A lot of credit to Penza to find Mason Keener, who had himself a monster day. But this was a big run. Again, the fits by Lafayette's defense as Jaden takes it to the edge. And again, another tush push to get that ball in the end zone. Lehigh shows you why they are 11-0. They deserved it, but nothing to be ashamed of if you're a Leopard today.
All right, let's go down to Megan. She is with Coach Troxel.
Coach, you were just talking to your team and you told them there is nothing to be ashamed of. How proud are you of the effort that your team put out on the field today?
I mean, they fought all the way to the end. I mean, they played hard. You know, unfortunately, we ran into a good team, you know, and I think everybody saw that, you know, Lafayette and Lehigh are 2 programs in this country that should be recognized as 2 of the best in the top 25.
You told me earlier this week that Kente has been a workhorse for your team all season long. How did he prove that effort again here today?
Man, I'll tell you what, he ran hard. I mean, he was cramping. He had a great day, you know, and he carried us all the way to almost an improbable win. So, you know, I'm proud of him. He's a great kid. He's worked hard, and you know, we're excited we got another year with him.
And the leadership of your quarterback, Dean DeNoble, was also on display here. What has he meant to this program?
You know what? I mean, Dean. I mean, he's changed the culture with the older guys, and he's really done a great job of you know, leading our team. But even more importantly, I mean, he's an awesome kid. I mean, you know, we were glad to have him, and we're blessed that he was here with us. You know, I mean, when you look at his career, I mean, he's going to be one of the top quarterbacks ever to play here at Lafayette, and he's well deserved in all the wins he's had, and you know, we're going to miss him a lot.
And talking about careers, 13 seniors that you have on this team this season, and to look at what this team was able to do and to come here and play a really meaningful game here today, what legacy is this senior class going to leave in Lafayette football? I know that they're a special one to you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know, they tied a 3-game win total with the teams from 1901, 2, and 3, you know, and so they won a lot of games for us. You know, nobody gave us much of a chance at the beginning, picked 5th in the league. To end up where we were of finishing with 1 loss in league, you know, these kids have something to be proud of for their effort.
Coach, thanks so much.
Anytime, thank you.
Gary and Mike.
All right, Megan, thank you, and our thanks too to John Troxel. So approachable all season long. He has just been great to deal with, and he will continue to be that way. And Mike, this was a good game, not the outcome that we were hoping for, but nothing to be ashamed of, as Mike like I said, as we take a look at the final numbers.
Yeah, again, you look at the rushing yards there by Lehigh. I mean, that's the whole story. Even though Lafayette controlled the clock, they didn't do that in the second half as much, but 320 yards rushing, and Lafayette threw the ball for 275. Most of that yardage was for Kente in the first half, was 125. They only ran for 24 yards in the second half. That's the story of the game.
Now we hear for the first time that Kente had cramping problems.
Yes.
That's probably why he wasn't used as much as he was in the first half.
Yeah, and again, no penalties by Lafayette. One turnover each. We got to go back and question that. But you've got to have a smile on your face. When all the tears and everything goes away, you got to look back, you got to reflect. And I know Coach Troxel, again, is emotional, and his team and his players and his coaches are emotional. And I've been there. I've done that. I've been there where you think you should have won or you should have played better. Lafayette played well today. They just didn't have an answer for a team that could run the football.
Great season, my friend.
Absolutely.
All right, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Hall of Fame for Mike Joseph.
Yep.
John B. Bowman in the booth with us. Another great season. It's been terrific. We've had a good year. A lot of exciting football played by the Lafayette Leopards, and it's always kind of special for us. And that's it. We're going to call it a day and send it down to our crew. Thanks again, John Leone, Phil Ing, and of course Megan Capano. It's always fun to be with them too as we do our Saturday afternoon broadcast. So thanks to all you for spending time with us. Let's go down to the rest of the crew.
We always have so much fun with you two. And Phil, I want to start with you. You've played in plenty of these games, but a loss like this, could you kind of just take us into maybe what's going through some of the players' minds?
Yeah, well, it's a tough one. We talked a little bit about it at halftime, and luckily I never lost at home. And went out in my senior year, winning. But it's a tough one. You want to come back. You want to tell everyone that you won that Lehigh game. That's a tough team. That's a good team, and I hate to admit it, but they are number 4 for a reason, and I think we surprised them a lot, and surprised a lot of people with the way we played.
Megan, if I could just piggyback off that, obviously it's nice never to lose at home, but this group of Lafayette football players, they've got several significant firsts.
Yes.
I think for this 4-year span, I think they've won more games than any other team. I think certainly they played in a first this year where 2 undefeated teams, Lafayette, Lehigh, played for a league championship. There's so much to look forward to. They were resilient, and I think they gave us a whale of a show today against, as Phil said, an outstanding football team.
And John, I know a couple of plays here in the second half really stood out to you.
Well, the thing to me was that this was a 2 heavyweights kind of going toe-to-toe and laying blows on each other. And it seemed in the second half, who could hold serve back and forth. There was the kind of questionable spot on a 4th and one that we went for, didn't get. Short field, they score. We lost serve there. And then the very first play, when we were up going into halftime by 4, they break an 80-yard run. We lost serve there. And I don't want to oversimplify. We lost the football game, but you look back, and that's what it's about. What if? You can't look back. 2 great teams, 1 good football game.
Yeah. I want to go a little off topic, because I don't like talking about us losing the game. I know game day was here, and we had was here for a little bit. We had a little 90-second segment. Love to see him here for, to have the kids come out, put a little focus back on what I think is a true, student athlete experience. You got the FBS level. It's more of a pro situation these days with kids getting paid, kids going to, how many schools, 3, 4, 5 schools. Like to see some focus back here on what I would call true football. And that's just my take on it.
And next year would be the year to do it. It's the 200th anniversary of this great school, Lehigh, not too far behind. We'll give them a couple of it. But hey, the most played college football rivalry in the country that features, as Phil said, true student athletes. Let's get back to basics.
Yeah, and the environment here is pretty incredible that we talked about plenty of times today. Before we wrap things up here, John, I would love to ask you a little bit about your thoughts on the season for Lafayette overall. The fact that they were here today playing a really meaningful game.
I said to John Troxel before the game, people watching from the outside, and that even includes us, we're a little closer than most, they can't possibly know what goes on inside a locker room. And that's why the prognosticators oftentimes get it wrong. That's something they can't know. Sometimes very, very good, sometimes not so good. This year for John Troxell, it was all very, very good. And the reason they came into this game undefeated was because of what went on in that locker room off the field.
And Phil, your thoughts?
Yeah, again, I think it was, I think Coach Troxell talked about it, just the change of culture, from last year. Also love the fact that we came in here, or came in here this year as being ranked 5th, and we were the underdog, so.
It is pretty incredible to look at what John Troxell has been able to do and bring this culture, this program really back to your days.
Yeah.
Well, we were at the Hall of Fame dinner last night, and there's nothing better than the history. If your history is extensive, it's solid, it's sound, there's nothing like being a part of a program that has this kind of history. We're looking at some history right here with us. And in that vein, I'm going to really miss this. I had so much fun with you guys. It was a blast this year.
Can't wait till next year.
We can't wait. We'll run it back. It's always a pleasure being with you two. Phil Lang, John Leone, and myself, Megan Capana. Thank you so much for joining us all season long. We cannot wait to be back with you next year. For this year, see you now.